papa moi esia papa oh jolly papa moi esia ahe jolly papa moi esia papa oh jolly papa moi esia ahe Ipayame mara medawasi ewoda wachirami Ipayame mara medawasi midopa Tamuno ten tamuno bo Obasi zizio Deme ho meka oh Mi melo anio I say jana ludo I say you're at your phone Deme oh mega oh Kali papa moi esia papa oh Jolly papa moi esia ahe Jolly papa moi esia papa oh Jolly papa moi esia ahe
Universe bear witness to the sacred code. The ground beneath us does not yield to seasonal guests. The tenant cannot sack the landlord. The employee can never sack the employer. Nnamdi Kanu remains the supreme leader of IPOB. His command is final. Whatever he says goes. Pursuant to the strict authority of the supreme leader and the sacred unyielding IPO code of conduct, the third administration of the DOS is hereby dissolved. The sentence is passed, your names are permanently erased. Chikaedozi, you are sacked. Tony Nzurumike, you are sacked. Austin Akbanyim, you are sacked. Chukurio Farma, you are sacked. Isaiah Uba, you are sacked. Collins Chinedu, you are sacked. China Zanworu, you are sacked. Fidelis Ejogu, you are sacked. Chidin Manworu, Juliet Edward Filatro, you are sacked. You are indefinitely expelled. You are Nigerian agents. Stay off from my POB. You no longer speak. You no longer act for the children of light. The employee cannot fire the boss. Tenant cannot sack the landlord. Nnamdi Kanu is the leader, the supreme leader of IPOM. Through the trials, through the chains, his word remains absolute. Whatever Nnamdi Kanu says goes. Whatever the supreme leader says goes. They thought darkness could hide the shadows of greed. They forgot the soil remembers every treacherous deed. After the illegal extraction, when the leader was taken away, the enemies of the struggle came out to play. Governor Dave Umahi paid $500,000, a blood money bribe to buy collars for the scholars of shame. They took the cash, sabotaged the release, and traded the crown, bribing media houses just to tear the leader's legacy down. But the truth is a rock, it crushes the hand that betrays. But in the darkest hour, the true guardian stood high, refusing to let the message of restoration die. We lift our voices to honor the ones who defended the light, the shield of the truth in the dead of the night. Thank you, Biafra, Vanguard Media, for standing so bold, for ensuring the unfiltered truth was always told. Salute to the dedicated souls of Abbott, standing the test. Salute to the rising sun, unyielding and blessed, and the ambassador for self-determination marching ahead, keeping the fire burning for the living and the dead. You defended the leader, you shielded the name from the stain. Oh, whatever Nnamdi Kanu says goes. Whatever the supreme leader says goes. The fourth Doris is here, working with global power to heal the land. The genocide must stop, the boss has spoken. Victory is absolute.
Of David from the book of Psalm, chapter 7. And I will pray in English because a lot of people are listening all over the world. I mean, a lot, millions are listening all over the world. And I want them to follow our proceedings this very evening. Very, very critical, very, very important that we do so. O Lord, my God, the creator of the heavens and the earth, we take refuge in you. Save and deliver us from all that pursue us. Because if you look away from us, they will tear us apart like a lion and rip us to pieces with no one to rescue us. Because the world is against Biafra for no reason. We are hated, we are despised for no discernible reason. Only thee, O Lord God Almighty in heaven, is our Savior, not man. You must come to our rescue, because you are our Lord and you are our God. If we have done this, If I have done anything, if there is guilt on my hands, if I have repaid anybody, be it friend or an adversary, with evil or without cause, have done wrong to any man or woman, then let the Fulani Janjaweed pursue and overtake me. Let them trample down my life to the ground and make me sleep in the dust. Arise, O Elohim, Adonai El Shaddai, in your anger, rise up against the rage of the Fulani Janjaweed Caliphate and the Zoological Republic. You will rise and you will fight for your children. You will awake, O Heavenly Father, Lord God Almighty, the creator of the heavens and the earth, the owner of the universe, for you must decree justice. Let your children and all men and of goodwill gather around you while you sit on top of your throne in the highest of the heavens, the habitation that only thee can ever occupy. Only you, O Heavenly Father, will judge the people. You will vindicate me, O Lord, you will vindicate IPOB, you will vindicate your children of Biafra, according to our righteousness, according to our integrity. O Most High, bring an end to the violence of the wicked. Bring an end to Fulani Janjaweed violence in our land. Bring an end to their abductions. Bring an end to their kidnappings. Bring an end to their extrajudicial slaughter of the innocent. Bring an end to their forced conversion of Christians into Islam. Bring to an end their mediocrity. Bring to an end their senseless feudal rule. Bring to an end their evil and their deception. Come and secure the righteous, because only you, O God Almighty in heaven, can see in the dark. Only you know the hearts of men. You are our shield. We have nobody. Between 67 and 1970, the whole world ganged up and fought against your children. We did not steal anything from anybody. We did not go after anybody's possession nor inheritance. We were on our own in the land that you gave to our ancestors. They conspired, they connived, they colluded to kill us. Over 5 million people. We are dead at the end of it. You are our shield. We do not trust in any man or in any state. We trust only in thee, because you are God and you always save the upright at heart. Anybody whose heart is clean, O Heavenly Father, to those you do not abandon to their enemies. That is why you cannot abandon IPOB. That is why Biafra can never be abandoned. Because your words are yea and amen. You are God, you're not human. Facebook may have been bought over by Nigeria, and we pray that Twitter will not succumb to their threats and their violence. You are God, and you are an upright and a just judge. But you are also a God that displays his wrath every blessed day. If Fulani Janjaweed do not relent in what they are doing, if the Fulani Caliphate continues to pursue this scorched earth policy of abductions and murder and mayhem, Then you, O Lord God in heaven, you will sharpen your sword, you will bend and string your bow, you will prepare your deadly weapons, you will make ready your flaming arrows. Whoever is pregnant with evil conceives trouble and gives birth to disillusionment. That is what is happening in the zoo called Nigeria. Nigeria is pregnant with evil because it conceived trouble and it has now given birth to disillusionment. All the holes that the Fulani Janjaweed are digging for us into that pit, they are falling into one after the other. The trouble that they have caused will always rebound on them. Their violence will come down on their own heads. O Heavenly Father, for we shall give thee thanks always, all the days of our lives, because only thee is righteous. We shall sing songs of praise unto your holy name, O Most High. For as long as there is a child on this earth of Biafran descent and heritage, O Heavenly Father, we shall worship your name and your name alone, now and forevermore, we pray. He said, that was our prayer this evening. We are now going to proceed without further hesitation to bring to you the gospel which I have been mandated by heaven to preach to the children of men.
Country and beautiful country, Finland, this evening. And this is the State of the Nation broadcast that is going to be the paradigm shift in the Biafra liberation. Good evening, Biafrans, lovers of freedom, and friends of Biafrans across the globe. The gentlemen and ladies of the press that are hooked up to this program today from different parts of the world. I would like to start this state address today by drawing some kind of from the Bangladesh and Pakistani War of 1971. The 1971 liberation war of the Bangladesh against Pakistani continues to shape the mindset of the Bangladesh sense of nationalism and has forged their contemporary constitution. The Bangladesh we see today is essentially the fruit of the liberation war of 1971. And in order to know the history of Pakistanese colonialism and the event surrounding the 1971 liberation war that turned Bangladesh into an independent sovereign state, we need to again look into the Biafra issue and the event that has happened for the last 2 years. The liberation war of the Bangladesh people was not merely a war of independence fought by Bangladesh nationalists, but one of its main reasons that triggered the Bangladesh war of liberation was religion. Religion. The Pakistani government, as at then, wanted to turn Bangladesh into exemplary Muslim by alienating them from their Hindu background. That's exactly what Nigeria is doing today. Nigeria government is now an Islamic State government where the Muslim is a president or becoming a president-elect and the vice is president-elect. And this Biafra will never accept no matter what. Apart from that, this has been the problem of Nigeria from inception, from 1914, go to the independence in 1960 and beyond. And today, the manifestation of the Islamic State in Nigeria is getting clearer by the day. This we saw many years ago, and that's what is leading to most of this agitation springing up for the disintegration of Nigeria, which is for the best interest of every ethnic nationality that made up Nigeria today. I want Biafrans to understand this concept of the religious division was also used as a root cause of the creation of Pakistan in the first place, following the British colonialism of the subcontinent. Ironically, religion brought together Bangladesh and Pakistan as one state during the partition of the subcontinent, and later the very same religion separated the two. I want you to understand that this is going to happen this year in Nigeria, between Nigeria and Biafra. It does not matter whether you accept it or not. We have been able to ascertain that the majority of Biafrans, over 90% of Biafrans, have rejected Nigeria through the just concluded general election. And that is going to be very clear today in this particular State of the Nation broadcast. Comprehending, I want you to understand that the comprehending the development of the liberation war of Bangladesh involved a meticulous retrospective look into the event leading to the partition of the Indian subcontinent, following the devastating effect of the Second World War. The British colonialists gave up their control over Indian subcontinent, and the 1947 partition outlined two independent nations, India and Pakistan. This is the same with Nigeria and Biafra today. We have seen the worst of it during the last general election. It was not jihad. It was not just an election, but a jihad election. A jihad election against the Biafra people. And we have seen widespread condemnation of the result from local to international communities. However, this condemnation will not change the fact that it was a jihadist election where extremist Muslims from the Yorubas waged a series of attacks against Igbo Christians in Lagos. It is not also only the extremist Yorubas, Muslim Yorubas, but also most of the Fulanis in Lagos have been used to perpetrate this attack against Igbos and their businesses in Lagos for voting against their religion and for voting for P2B. My fellow Biafrans, if you think that this is just an attack, or the attack that is going on today against the Igbos in Lagos or in various parts of Nigeria is going to end, then you are a joker. The attack against you is just starting. This is many years and decades of planning that is being executed now. Their target is to silence your voice physically and in the ballot box. They have succeeded somehow in silencing your voice that today you dare not speak in Nigeria. Today you dare not condemn or criticize the government in Nigeria because it is a jihadist government. If you do that, you are a dead man. So they have succeeded in silencing you, using force and terrorism to silence your voice in Nigeria. And now they are taking it to the ballot box, making sure they silence your voice in the ballot box. They have succeeded in all these things, including now, the last election shows that they will stop at nothing until they silence you in the ballot box. I want my fellow Biafrans and those listening to me today to know that your voice in the ballot box will be silenced by the jihadist government of Nigeria with terrorism, and they will not stop until this is done. Because many of you don't understand, many of you are very unreasonable people who are looking for the head of those fighting for your liberation. My fellow Biafrans, Nigeria has been in joint military training, studying the map of Nigeria and Biafra with the Pakistani government. Many of you do not understand why Nigeria aligned with Pakistan to train their air force and their pilot in studying and monitoring the map of the Nigeria. Is because they are using the template that Pakistani use against the Bangladesh in order to subjugate them and turn them into Islamic State, which the Bangladesh people rejected. And today, you are going to see a similarity in what we are doing in this Biafra liberation movement. The reason for this collaboration between Nigeria and Pakistan is nothing else than the Islamic agenda. And today, it is manifesting. Atiku and the other Muslims can never go against the outcome of the election in good faith because it is a dream come true. And win-win for Muslims in the north, Boko Haram, Islamic State, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, and all the terrorist organizations and groups in Nigeria. This is a win-win for them. They can never go against this election, against the result in good faith. And our message today also goes to the ignorant people following them in PDP, because Atiku can never fight with his heart. He knows that he is going to be more comfortable in an Islamic state of Nigeria than in a secular state. So if he go out there to fight against the Muslim ticket or the Muslim president and vice president Muslim, he is just deceiving you. The fight is not real. And I want you to understand that the judiciary has been taken over by the Muslims, the executive Muslims, the military Muslims, the police Muslims, and it's only Biafra that is going to save you from this mess. Atiku also validated the killing of the young lady, the young girl in the northern Nigeria for blasphemy. She was stoned to death, and Atiku condoned it in this 21st century. Atiku can never go against the Muslim ticket. That is what they have prayed for. And do not allow yourself to be used. We are not going to be used, and we cannot be deceived. That's why the Biafra liberation and exit from Nigeria will happen at all costs this year. My fellow Biafrans, just like the Bangladesh people has had enough of the Islamic agenda and they liberated themselves from the Islamic Pakistan rulership, so will the Biafra people liberate themselves this year, 2023, from the Islamic-dominated Nigeria government. In the same way, Pakistani government embarked on a widespread crackdown of the Bangladesh activists. In the wake of the crackdown on March 25th, 1971, the Awami League leader felt bereft and were left to their devices. Senior leader fled from their houses to take shelter in a remote village in India. Most of them took refuge in India. They left and fled their country in Pakistan. Among them was the Awami League General Secretary Tajuddin Ahmed. Tajuddin Ahmed fled because of the crackdown of the Pakistani government in March 25th. The Indian authority gave them safety and shelter. When they fled the country because of the crackdown, the exact thing the Nigeria government are doing today, the Islamic government of Nigeria is doing today to Christians, Biafrans, mainly Christian Biafrans that are fighting to liberate themselves from them. They will have start and onslaught against our people, including crackdown on Biafrans. And those innocent Biafrans who are not even part of the Biafra Liberation Army have fallen victim of this. The evening of April 1, 1971, Tajuddin and Barrister Amirul Islam were put on board a Russian-made Antonov cargo aircraft. In extreme secrecy, they were flown from Calcutta to New Delhi. 2 days after his arrival in New Delhi, his meeting with the Prime Minister of India, Indira Gandhi, took place on April 3rd, 1971. It was the first official contact of the Awami League leaders with India government more than a week after the crackdown of Dhaka started. He was not only the party general secretary, but also the right-hand man of the Bagabandu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, who was the original leader of the Bangladesh Liberation of War, who was arrested. The main leader was arrested on the fateful night and flown to the West Pakistan, just like the way they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu, who is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra today, and we do not allow the movement to die. Mrs. Gandhi and her aides were apparently impressed with the Tajuddin, who was an adept at explaining the overall situation prevailing in Bangladesh before March 25th crackdown. He was acting on the instruction of the Bangabandhu. He appraised Mrs. Gandhi of the freedom movement that has started and said that the people of Bangladesh were determined to continue their struggle until independence was achieved. He sought all-out support from the government of India. That is exactly the situation of Biafra people today. We are doing exactly even more because the Nigeria situation is very, very, kind of a little bit more worse than what the Bangladesh and Pakistani went through. When the people of Bangladesh launched a comprehensive war of liberation, it was the young guerrillas that played a vital role. The freedom fighters, most of them came from rural background and college university students, put up fierce resistance to the Pakistani army, who had started killing thousands of innocent people, including women and children. The freedom fighters, clad in lungi and shirt, who had no training in guerrilla warfare, blended in with the locals, fought the brutal occupation forces and the Bangladesh collaborators. They also have Bangladesh collaborators against the Bangladesh independence, just like the Biafra people have the Ohaneses, the governors, and the political elite fighting against our freedom today. It is the same thing happened to Bangladesh people. The first task of the Awami League leaders was to gain support from the government of India. Beside guerrillas, a regular army division was created around the nucleus of the then East Bengal Regiment. I want to assure Biafra people today that this is the face of the Biafra liberation at the moment. Bangladesh exile government was based on the principles of collective responsibility. They also had their own exile government that was based on the principles of collective interest and responsibility. But Tajuddin played the vital role. He acted as the spokesperson of the people of Bangladesh, just like Simon Ekpa is acting as the spokesperson of the Biafra people today. But his choice as the prime minister was not anonymous. To run the provisional government, he had to overcome a lot of difficulties to face the many challenges. The same challenges we are facing today in autopilot movement of the Biafra liberation. The first challenge, the same challenges Simon Ekpa is facing today is the same thing the Tajuddin man from Bangladesh faced during their liberation war. There were not only differences of opinion among the Awami League leaders, but also grouping and bickering aplenty, intellectually sound and unassuming. Tajuddin was a cool-headed person in the absence of Bangladesh, in the absence of their leader, Babangadu. Had he not been chosen as the prime minister of the exile government, it would have been difficult for any Awami leader or Awami League leader to handle the complex situation. The same way that we are having different complex issues today as we prepare our exit from Nigeria. But Tajuddin maintained proper liaison with the host Indian authority as well as various groups and freedom fighters. My fellow Biafrans, we started our countdown to exit Nigeria on the 5th of October 2022. And during this countdown that ended today, as a matter of fact, our countdown ended today, the 5th day of March 2023. We recorded a lot of success in creating awareness during this countdown, building and strengthening alliances with our neighbors like the Oduduwas. Joint brief took place. Joint brief between us and Oduduwas took place on the 5th of November 2022. Sorry, 1 moment. You're welcome back. The joint press briefing between Biafra people and Oduduwa took place on November 5th, 2022. We sustained and reawakened the Biafra spirit through the hoisting of Biafra flag of the rising sun, which took place on the 21st day of November 2022 at exactly 12 a.m. throughout the 31 state and province of Biafra. During this countdown, we defended Biafra land against rampaging Nigeria state terrorists who comes to kill our people at will. We made sure they do not have their way. We made sure that they have always left Biafra land defeated. It is no longer business as usual like before, when they will come, kill, maim, rape our women, kill our children, and go free without resistance. During the countdown of the Biafra exit, we defended Udi in Enugu province of Biafra land against terrorist state and both state and non-state actors. During the time of this countdown, we defended Ezeago, we defended Ehamufu, we defended Four Corner, Enugu, and beyond. We defended many places in other parts of Biafra land and continue to do so. We stopped the terrorist Nigerian army from further burning of our homes and shops and business places and marketplaces with equal measures and resistance. All this happened during the countdown of the Biafra exit. We also made history during this countdown. During our December 2022 lockdown, between the 9th of December to 14th of December 2022, in preparation for no election in Biafra land, which affected the voters across Nigeria, not just in Biafra land. As the voters turnout can attest to this fact, our over 93 million registered voters, only 27% were, voted. But the issue is that from our record, we are to inform you today that the 27% voters recorded by ANEC, they are all false and fortified. It's fake. The number of Nigerians that participated in the vote is not up to 15%. And it is a credit to the Biafra movement who created the awareness, educated them on the need to reject Nigeria. And today, over 73% of the Biafra people, Nigeria people, rejected the one Nigeria. The indigenous people in Nigeria have rejected Nigeria, and that is the reason why you have the low voters turnout, which is to say that many indigenous and ethnic nationalities in Nigeria are no longer interested to continue one Nigeria. I want you to disregard whatever that is happening on social media. Nigeria controls the media, and many people in the media are mostly the criminals that are benefiting from one Nigeria. But the main people, the main voters, the main Nigerians, the main people that found themselves in Nigeria no longer want Nigeria. These are the 73% that refused and rejected Nigeria. We are going to go into breakdown of how Biafra rejected Nigeria in the last election from the voters that were counted and registered and were announced. These are indigenous people, which means 73% of indigenous people in Nigeria rejected Nigeria. I want Biafrans to understand this evening that going through the outcome of the election that took place, or the fraudulent election that took place on the 25th of February 2023, we have the following announcement and observation. The following observation we have today. The total voters in the south part of Biafra, the total registered voters in the south part of Biafra are 14,440,714 voters registered in the south part of Biafra land. From these 14 million registered voters, only 2,497,740 people casted their vote, which means from the south part of Biafra, 10,907,606 persons rejected Nigeria. From the south part of Biafra, only 2 million people, 2,281,805 people accepted one Nigeria. I want you, the international observers, I want you, media people watching me today, to do the calculation. What is the percent of those that voted for one Nigeria in the south of Biafra, and what is the percent of those that rejected one Nigeria by not casting their vote from the south of Biafra? We have 10 million people that say we are going with Biafra and we say no to one Nigeria, and they rejected the election. They refused to participate and validate Nigeria. This is a pass. This is a pass, and this is the highest grade. It is over 80%. We have 14 million people that registered to cast their vote in Nigeria from the south part of Biafra, and only 2 million people participated at the end of the day to validate Nigeria. And 10 million people rejected it. So we have 10 million in the referendum that say, let Biafra go from the south part of Biafra. From the southeast part of Biafra, we have a total number of registered voters at 10,907,606 persons. From this number that registered to vote in Nigeria, only 2,281,805 persons casted their vote to validate one Nigeria, while about 8 million people rejected the Nigeria election. 8 million of people, of Biafra people from the southeast, rejected the Nigeria election. What does that tell you in referendum? It is complete knockdown against those who want to validate Nigeria. There are only 2 million in the southeast, while we are 8 million people who rejected. They were ready to go and validate Nigeria election, but we said no to them. We told them not to go to validate it. They have the reason why they did not go. And this cut across Nigeria, across the board. So we have 8 million that rejected this election and rejected Nigeria from the 25th day of February 2023. 8 million Biafrans from the Biafra part of the southeast rejected this election. Now, the total registered voters in the entire Biafra territory, which is comprising the southeast and the South is 25,348,346 people. From this number of 25 million people in the entire Biafra territory that shows their interest to participate in Nigeria election, only 4,779,544 people registered their interest to maintain one Nigeria. And from this, 20 million people rejected Nigeria from the entire Biafra land. I want you to understand that if this is the referendum we are talking about, it is complete knockout. That out of 25 million people that registered to vote, 20 million rejected, that they don't want to validate Nigeria again. And this is going to be the reason why the next coming announcement that I'm going to make on this broadcast today, you will understand where we are going, because the countdown have ended today, and the next question is, what next? What next? The result of this election that I'm analyzing to you now have necessitated our next move for the liberation of Biafra.
Britain and Biafra, the case for genocide examined. This is the irrefutable fact and the figures pointing to the fact that Britain is complicit in genocide. If you're wondering why Biafra is not listed as a genocide case, it's because of this very article, as outlined by The Spectator, a British publication on the 26th of December 1968. That is why you can write the list of genocide all over the world. There will be no Biafra. Do you know who excluded Biafra from the list? Britain, because of the role they played. We have this very article here. It is from the Spectator archive. How Britain committed genocide. How Britain you're looking at is actually as bad as Hitler. Nazi party. We have all the proof here. The only reason why the Nazis were held to account was because the Jews were living in Europe. Biafrans are in the darkest West Africa. Nobody gives a damn about them. It is also in the Bible that they will kill you, you will cry, but nobody will come to your rescue. I am reading from Aubrey Wall's report on the 26th of December 1968, published in the Spectator newspaper of United Kingdom in Great Britain. That very publication outlined the case of genocide against the British Christianity. You must listen very, very carefully. For as long as any Christian, liberal, or humanitarian tradition survives, the year 1968 will be remembered of implementing one aspect of its peacetime foreign policy. That peacetime foreign policy is one Nigeria, because the British, they are white people. They created Nigeria because a white man created Nigeria, who is a black man to try and break it. The world cleverly forgot that there was no Nigeria before the white man came. There was no Nigeria before the British came. Nigeria was created by a white man, not by African people. Your ancestors did not create one Nigeria. Your forefathers did not create one Nigeria. It was a white man, Beture, that came and created one Nigeria. The British government at the time, under Harold Wilson's Labour Party, wanted to maintain this white supremacist approach. We are white people. How dare you black monkeys from Africa try to break something that we created? As I told you before, as I read yesterday from the scriptures, as Britain was committing genocide in Biafra land, British people did not know about it. Till tomorrow morning, ordinary British people don't know what their government did, because there was a blanket coverage all the way throughout. No independent media. People like The Spectator or the likes of Frederick Forsyth, who we are reporting, nobody was paying attention to them, because BBC decided that we must die. BBC said Biafran people must be killed. How dare you try to stop what we created in Black Africa? Who are you to create Biafra? We are God. Very few people in England have any awareness of the fact that their own country, Britain, was committing atrocity, mass murder in Black Africa. Like most Germans after the war, they will be able to say that they did not know what was being done in their name. British people don't know that their government was killing millions upon millions of people in Biafra land for the sake of the British, ordinary British, so they can be looked upon as God, that they are the creators of everything that they survey. Although photographs of the atrocities being perpetrated in Biafra have appeared in most newspapers, the general impression given by the captions and news coverage is that the children are starving to death as the result of famine brought about by the war. Lies did not begin today. Britain was going about covering their lies. But do you know that the reason why Biafra doesn't come up as a major genocide case is because Britain will be implicated in it? The same way that the world viewed Germans after the whole Nazi debacle is how the world would have viewed Britain. They don't want to be seen as mass killers, so they go about pretending. They go about suppressing the very fact that Biafrans were murdered in their millions. Who killed them? Britain and go on. Here is irrefutable fact. This very article was written by a white man saying that their country was committing genocide. Britain was committing genocide in Biafra land. Britain is complicit in the death of millions of people in Biafra land, and even their own people know it. BBC will say, oh no, it is people are starving because of famine. We don't suffer from famine in Biafra land. We have rainy season. There is no famine. We have never had any famine in Biafra land before in our history. Never. All of a sudden, there is famine. Not a single newspaper has seen it fit. Even the Spectator was angry. This very white man writing was so upset as to what was happening. Not a single newspaper in England has seen fit to point out that the children are dying as a direct and intended result of a siege which is supported by the British government. When I told you that Britain enforced air, land and sea blockade, it's called a siege, you won't believe me. But here it is being confirmed by white people. This is an article written by a white man in a British newspaper as far back as 1968, reminding the British people that you people are here pretending you don't know what is happening. Your government is killing people in Biafra. Biafran people are dying as a direct result of the blockade of Biafra land by the British. It's very clear for the world to see. Very, very clear for the world to see. And they will pay the compensation for this. We are presenting to you this very evening the irrefutable fact and figures that we did not fight Hausa Fulani, they are nobody. We fought the British. The British enforced a very criminal air, land and sea blockade to stop us from getting food and arms during the war. But Britain was writing to Russia, asking Russia to provide arms to go on. Without the British, we will take over Hausa land in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we take it over. It's the British supporting them. And the evidence is here for the whole world to see. Everybody must have a copy of this. Very, very critical and important. So that when you look at Britain, you know that Britain are killers. When you look at the British government, you will know that they are murderers. The same way you view Adolf Hitler is how you should view a British government, because they are also killers.
In 1776, the United States separated from the United Kingdom by declaration. Today, they are the world power. In 1830, Belgium separated from Netherlands. Today, they are one of the most powerful countries in Europe. Both of the countries. In 1965, Singapore separated from Malaysia. Today, they have transformed into global financial hub as a result of the separation. Why is it that when we call for separation, Nigeria and their criminals will be calling us terrorists? Don't fall for it. The past separation has led to the upsurge of economic development in the case of India and Pakistan, Norway, Denmark, Switzerland. Each of these separation has led to the upsurge of economic development. In 2002, East Timor separated from Indonesia. In 1921, Ireland separated from the United Kingdom. Today, they are one of the powerful countries we have. In 1944, Iceland separated from Denmark, demonstrating that nations can part away without violence. Why do you kill Biafrans? Whenever we say we are fed up of Nigeria. In Nigeria, where you have dangerous diversity, in Nigeria, where you have the northern part of Nigeria practicing Islamic State, practicing Islamic Sharia law, and they have different culture, different laws, different rules, different everything. And with that kind of mentality and setup, we can never develop as a nation. That is the reason we call for the separate state, and of course for independence state for Biafra. Apart from the killings, genocide against our people, and jihad. In 1905, Norway and Sweden separated and goes their separate ways. Today, they are one of the most powerful countries in Europe because of the separation. In 1947, India and Pakistan separated. The list can go on.
If you do not believe in what we are doing, then you better get out. We're not going to stop. God knows we can never stop until Biafra is restored. We are peace-loving people. We abhor death and killing of another soul. It's in our nature, that's how we are. But because of that, they have been coming and killing us all these years. We've kept quiet. They've been killing and killing and killing quiet. We have a case at the ICC. We have a case at Africa Union. We have a case of what else again? Pending before the UN in New York. We've been to Geneva to tender our case. Before UN, till today, nothing. In fact, the more we complain to them, the more they come to abduct and rape our children, the more they come to kill us, the more they want to take over our land and our forests. And who told them that's going to be possible in our time? In a time, in a movement that I lead, you think you can come into our land and take it over? Oh dear. That means you don't know who we are. Heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth.
Because I can say that from what I have just listened from you, it is just not ordinary.
You're very wonderful.
When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that
Welcome. Thank you for joining us on this day program. I appreciate everyone that has connected, everyone that have been patient throughout all the messages that have been passed. We're listening to our Prime Minister, Mazi Samuel Ekpa, and we're listening to our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi. An outstanding message. And I have said it time and time again, my purpose of coming online on a daily basis is to give a voice to our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and also our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. And every day when I come online, I play their video for hours. I start with their information, their videos, and I end with it. So that we can go back to memory lane. These are the people that saw things we could not be able to see. They saw things that no other person saw until today. So we go back to remind the people what they have said in the past, the revelation they have made. And we continue to put it out there so that the enemies will be ashamed, the enemies will be disgraced. So that those who think they can stop them, we know that these people are unstoppable. I welcome everyone, wherever you are watching from. Whether you are watching on TikTok, you are watching on Facebook, you're watching on YouTube, or you're watching on X. Wherever you are watching this program, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Kabiama to like and share the program to other platforms. Share to family and friends. Share to your neighbors. Let us continue to spread the gospel of Biafra regardless the challenges that we are facing. We must continue to support the supreme leader of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the face of Biafra. Today, he is the face of Biafra. You can't remove him from the picture. It doesn't matter how you try. And the only person that will try to take Mazi Nnamdi Kanu away from the picture is somebody who doesn't want Biafra to be actualized. It is very easy to identify the enemies of Biafra by looking at their attitude and what they are doing. They say, by their fruit we shall know them. On this planet Earth today, there is no living man who can genuinely and sincerely speak about the restoration of Biafra without mentioning the work of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It doesn't matter whether you like him or hate him. It doesn't matter whether you like his idea, his ways of approach or not. It does not change the fact that he is the face of the struggle today. And almost every single person that is still speaking about Biafra today is doing so because of our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Many of us that got the knowledge of Biafra today got it because of the message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You can't deny it. And one certain truth that has become very obvious and clear is that there is no way you can be loyal and supporting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and you ignore his disciple, Mazi Simon Ekpa. The Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Nigeria, Mazi Simon Ekpa, is the disciple of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The only genuine disciple that we have seen on record. There is no way you can effectively speak about our supreme leader. There's no way you can effectively defend our supreme leader without defending the work, the sincere and genuine work, effort that was made by Mazi Simon Ekpa. The genuine effort that he would make. There is no way you can effectively today defend our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, without recognizing the good work of Mazi Simon Ekpa, and at the same time debunking the propaganda and lies against Mazi Simon Ekpa. If you continue to endorse the lie against Mazi Simon Ekpa, you are just crucifying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu indirectly. We have seen this long before now, but I thank Chukwu that so many people are now realizing it. Every one of us that has been with Mazi Simon Ekpa shouting and talking, speaking, today we have been vindicated, and the job has made less for us. Today, those who never believed us are the ones in the front line today, fighting the battle. And we will keep on supporting them. We will keep on encouraging them to continue to do what they can. The battle that some of you are fighting today are the battle we started fighting from the moment Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. What you are seeing today is something we have seen long before now. Our Prime Minister saw it and he didn't keep quiet. He stood up and he began to fight from the front line. From day one. From the moment Mazen Nnamdi was kidnapped, Mazen Simon never needed. They tried everything they could to change him. Now you know why Mazen Nnamdi told him, do not allow the devil to enter you. Do not allow Satan to enter you. Mazen Nnamdi is not just the supreme leader of IPOB, he is a spiritual leader. He sees things that we cannot see ahead of us. During the time of the battle, immediately after the kidnapping of Mazen Nnamdi, the battle commenced. What you are seeing today is something they started planning immediately Mazen Nnamdi was kidnapped. They hatched this plan, but they could not carry it out because there were gatekeepers. They could not do what they are doing today because then there were gatekeepers. Somebody like our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, was a gatekeeper. And so many of us, we lined up behind him, we supported him and made sure that the image of Mazen Nnamdi is not ridiculed. We made sure that the legacy of Mazen Nnamdi is kept. We made sure that the structure that Mazen Nnamdi kept in place is still there. We made sure that IPOB is not used as a political tool. We did everything we could under the guidance of our Prime Minister, Mazen Simon. But they sacked the DOS today. They said no. Their mission was to destroy the struggle. From day one, their mission was to destroy Mazen Nnamdi's image and take him away from the picture. From day one. Led by the Karawhite lawyer. And Mazen Simon Ekpa and Joko identified every single one of them, one after the other. After the kidnapping of Mazen Nnamdi, there were many people who were not even part of the kidnap, but because they saw that Mazen Nnamdi out, they became complicit. So many of them had in mind that Mazen Nnamdi will be out. So many of them did not intentionally sold Mazen Nnamdi. Some of them unintentionally get involved. There was a battle on who to run the affair. Every one of them was focusing on who is going to be the face. There was only one man who stood out. Mazen Simon Ekpa. Even when he was selected privately and publicly, he said no, that the supreme leader remains Mazen Nnamdi as long as he's alive. Wherever he is, he remains the supreme leader. He said it again and again, and he took the position of a disciple. He didn't just take it. In every program, he confessed that he is a disciple. And the battle he was fighting is to free Mazen Nnamdi. Free. Everything he did was to make sure that the supreme leader is freed. And he detached himself from the IPOB and the others that they may say that what he's doing comes from Mazen Nnamdi. This is the only man that realized that the responsibility of the release of our supreme leader lies on us, not on him who is in captivity. So many of us, we are still expecting Mazen Nnamdi to fight for us from the inside. So many of us, we are still expecting the supreme leader to be fighting for us from detention. But the only man that stood out was Mazen Simon Ekpa. I thank Chukwu Okike Abiyama for today that he has been vindicated. Every sincere and genuine person that has conscience in them today know that Mazen Simon Ekpa has always been right. And today, those that blackmailed him, those that blackmailed Mazen Simon Ekpa out of the picture, and so many of us idiotically joined them. So many of us, out of ignorance, joined them. Today, they have reorganized themselves. in the absence of Mazi Simon Ekpa, and they are focusing on Mazi Nnamdi. For you to know how wicked they are, how demonic they are. The man they are speaking against has been sentenced to life, waiting for an appeal, which the government is threatening to come with death penalty. He is not talking to them. He is not responding to them. He's not calling them out. But yet, they have channeled all their energy to blackmail him, to destroy his image and reputation, and the structure he kept in place. The energy they were not able to put in to see that Biafra is actualized, the energy they were not able to put in to see that Mazi Nnamdi released, that is the energy you see today in them. If this sacked DOS gave the kind of force they gave against Mazi Simon Ekpa and against Mazi Nnamdi today, if they had committed the same strength to free Mazi Nnamdi, there is nothing that will make Mazi Nnamdi to remain in detention today. If this sacked DOS has committed half of the strength they committed, if they have put half of the strength they put in convicting Mazi Nnamdi, in demonizing Mazi Simon Ekpa, if they have put half of the strength they are putting today against Mazi Nnamdi will not be in detention if they have put such strength to release him. But it is so sad that even at this point, there are still some people that pay attention to those clowns. These are a bunch of idiots that are good for nothing. These are satanic people that you don't need a prophet or anything to tell you who they are. When they open their mouth and speak, what comes out of their mouth is nothing but death, and death upon themselves. We are in a very interesting time. I always say it every day. This is a very interesting that in this struggle, it is stage by at this stage, it is step by stage. If you are alive at this stage, you should be happy. You should be happy. And more especially when you are alive and you're on the right path. Chukwuokikabiama loves us so much that at any point in time, he clears the confusion, the cobweb that covers our eyes, he will take it off. Because it is clear that so many of us cannot see visibly. They cannot be able to translate or interpret information by themselves, except they are being explained to them. And Chukwuokikabiama has been so merciful that he gave us leaders who can literally put things into pieces, into very small fractions, so that we can understand. And I thank Chukwuokikabiama for that. Today is a very interesting day. We are in a very interesting period. When you go to social media, what you see, it will either strengthen you, inspire you, or discourage you. But if you have been in this struggle from day one, more especially, you work with Mazi Simon Ekpa to protect the image of Mazi Nnamdi. When you see what is happening today, you cannot shake. It will inspire you more. When you see what is happening, it will inspire you to know that you are on the right path and make you to fight more. The only people today who are feeling discouraged are those who are not paying attention, who are neither here nor there. But as for those of us who have seen it all, as for those who are paying attention and who knows that this is about my life, it is about your life, this is an interesting period. And just like I said, you cannot effectively defend the supreme leader of IPOB without recognizing the good work of the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Joko. You cannot. If you doubt me, go and listen to the enemies of Mazi Nnamdi, those who are blackmailing him. They laid their foundation all the way from Mazi Simon Ekpa. And because you have bought into their lies, they told against Mazi Simon Ekpa, when they talk today, they drag it in because you believe them then. And they think that when they bring it in this time around, they will use it to weaken your spirit, and then you believe them. That is the game they play. The Madam Punk When you go to when she makes 2-3 statements, she'll bring in our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, because they were the ones that were used to preach evil, to paint him evil. And so many of you bought into their word, thinking that it was good. This was the same woman who came on several occasions, on video, is still available, where she said that the people that are in charge, causing confusion and causing the instability in Biafra land, is the government. She said it even in the court, that it was the government. In many programs, she said it is the government. She accused the government of doing it, accused the Bubago, accused Asere Dokuba and Co. That was when she was still sane somehow. But today, she has done 360 degrees. Today, she blames our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and blames Mazi Nnamdi. And even when there is evidence showing that the people who were involved in this evil, taking innocent life, are the same people she is dining and whining with, there are video evidence where these evil ones who pretend to be members of ESN were caught and interviewed, and the guy said that it was the DOS that is sponsoring them. DOS, under Chike Edozie Manchina Sambo, to sponsor them and send them to go and take the life of a traditional ruler. On video, confession on video. That Manabishi Pong cannot say that she has not seen that video. Every of them that is talking trash cannot say they have not seen that video. And I challenge them to bring a video. I challenge them to bring a video where somebody was caught and the person said it is Mazi Simon Ekpa that sent him. This case I'm talking about is something that all the national television in Nigeria televised it. They were present to interview. I don't mean a voice message or concocted or somebody you just sit inside the station and begin to interview. The only genuine interview, clear, that can be tested and trusted, that we have seen, where somebody was caught, people who were conducting all the false flag in Biafra land, taking innocent life and claiming to be members of ESN, claiming to be members of Simon Ekpa. When they were caught, they were interviewed on the camera. The video is still online, and the guy confessed and said it is the DOS under Chike Edozie Manchina Sambo that is sponsoring them. And he made mention the activities, including taking the life of a traditional ruler. But yet, some people find it convenient to still be working with these people. The same people are coming to tarnish the image of Mazi Simon Ekpa and Mazi Nnamdi. The same people will try to use Mazi Simon Ekpa to detach you from Mazi Nnamdi. And some of you idiots are falling into it. Some people that are not mentally okay will continue to listen to them, even after numerous revelations. It is unfortunate. But at this time, this is not the time to beg anybody to do this or do that. This is not the time to force anybody to do this or do that. It is a time of revelation. And as Chukwu Okike might have it, he is revealing deep, deep secret things that we do not know. Wherever you are as a Biafra, you have a role to play. I am already doing mine. Every blessed day I come to online twice daily. Every day I come online twice daily. I broadcast on different platforms. I have my programs on different platforms. Facebook, I see me on Facebook, you see me on TikTok, you see me on X, on YouTube, making a case for Biafra. And I challenge any one of them who feel he has a superior argument, including the one Nigerians. You feel you have a superior argument. All you need to do is to send a request. I will bring you up. Come with your superior argument. Let's talk about it. In this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We don't come here to preach hate. We do not come here to attack people or individuals. We come here to set the record straight and respond to blackmail and propaganda against our leaders. We come online every day. I come online every day just to showcase Biafra to the world exactly what it is, what it looks like. Present Biafra as the only remedy to the failed state in Nigeria. And I will continue to do that. You that is watching out there, either on TikTok, on Facebook, YouTube, or X, what is your own duty? What have you chosen? Have you chosen to be a joker online? You choose to engage in saga. You choose to be on gossip lane. You choose to be a comedian. What have you chosen? The battle is for all of us. Injustice against one is injustice against all. And as I speak, it does not matter your religion. It doesn't matter your location. It doesn't matter your tribe. The battle to save life in Nigeria is a battle that affects everyone. When the terrorists are coming to take innocent lives, they don't ask, are you Igbo, Yoruba, or Hausa? Today you can see the way they operate. When the collateral damage comes, it comes even including you that is pretending. The fire is burning today in the southwest. But when the Biafran people were preparing and talking about a legitimate way to save life, many people in the southwest never support. Even up to today, they see Biafra as a threat. Instead of seeing Biafra as a way of survival, they see it as a threat. Today, what is happening in the southwest? The Middle Belts played their own role during the Civil War. Today, what is their situation? The Hausas have lost years. The message we are preaching and shouting every day is not just for us. Saving life in Nigeria is not something that is just for the Biafra people. And I challenge everybody, wherever you are in Nigeria, Biafra land remains the most secured place in Nigeria till tomorrow. Biafra land still remains the most secured zone in Nigeria till tomorrow. With all the effort the Nigerian government is making to destabilize it, creating different kinds of false flag and unnecessary security outfit everywhere, it remains the most secure area because we value life. We value life. Wherever you are watching this program from, whether you are watching from Europe, Asia, America, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, you're watching from Iran, you're watching us from Ukraine, Russia, like and share this program. We are calling the attention of the world, and things are happening. They are hearing our voice. I saw in news, the United States have finally passed a bill to stop every aid to Zoological Republic called Nigeria. Every aid to Nigeria stopped. You know, they are hailing and praising their lobbying group and all their lobbying whatever. But there are something you cannot lobby. You cannot lobby Chukwu Kabiam. There is an extent that your money can go. And more things are going to happen. I have said it time and time again. And it is not just by decision of one man. It is not just by all this nonsense that we as through one man, sin came in. Through one man also, sanctification will come. our redemption and safety, it is in the hand of God, and He will definitely save us. Today, we are speaking on a very important topic. Biafra today. Self-preservation, community unity, and the future of self-determination. That is what we are discussing today. So wherever you are joining us, just be patient with us in this program. Like and share. We are discussing about self-preservation, community unity, and the Biafran question. A historical and human rights perspectives. That is what we are going to discuss today, so that everybody can be accommodated in our discussion. I welcome every one of you once again, brothers and sisters across the world, friends and well-wishers, even enemies who are watching us. Wherever you are joining us around the world, I welcome you. Thank you for taking the time to be part of today's discussion. Our topic today is self-preservation, community unity, and the Biafran question, a historical and human rights perspectives. The Biafran today. The purpose of this presentation is not to tell anyone what to believe. It is not to force you. The purpose of my program, it is not to force you to believe what I'm saying. Rather, it is to encourage us to think critically. Think critically about history, identity, human dignity, and peaceful way of addressing disagreement. I will continue to go on that path. It doesn't matter how you feel about it. When you come across my program and it hits you, change from your evil way. Wherever you are watching from, whether from Nigeria, elsewhere in Africa, Europe, North America, Asia, or any other part of the world, you are welcome. History often shapes how communities understand themselves. Different people can interpret the same event in different ways. Listening carefully to those perspectives while examining evidence and respecting one another is an important part of civic dialogue. Examining every evidence. When they come to preach to you, when they come to tell you, you go to different platforms, you are jumping from one platform to the other and listening. Make sure you listen carefully to every perspectives. I know so many of us who are watching here, you are busy going from one platform to the other, from here to here, hearing from the listen carefully to those perspectives you are hearing. While you are listening, examine every single evidence. In all those propaganda they are preaching against our supreme leader, Nnamdi, all the lies they have told against Master Simon Ekpa, as you are listening to them, examine every evidence, if at all they have any. Examine every evidence. Because in most cases, they don't even have any evidence to present. It's all talk. Listen carefully to their perspectives. Then focus on evidence and examine the evidence. Respect one another. It is not about abuse. It's not about cursing. It's not about unnecessary jabs. Engage them respectfully. If they don't want you to speak, walk away. This is a very interesting time. And we cannot win this battle by joining them to shout the way they shout. So many of them, when you go to their platform, they will shut you down. The next thing, they take you out. I don't take people out from my platform. Most of the time, it's the people that came in that just, when they can't stand the questions, they disappear by themselves. I don't remove people. I don't just remove people on my platform. No matter what your opinion may be, the only thing you need is to calm down and speak in a calm way. Allow me my space to talk, and then I give you your time to speak. I don't take people out. Anytime you see people come online here, they talk and they just decide to walk away because they could not stand the truth, or they could not be patient to stomach the truth, or they want to focus on their insult and abuses. Then when I mute them, they go by themselves. Today we will discuss what self-preservation means for individual and community. Self-preservation is very important. This is one thing that we are lacking today. We, the Biafra people, more especially the Igbos. The Igbos. We have suffered a lot. We have preserved others a lot. We have done a lot to preserve the zoological republic. We have done a lot more for others than we could do for ourselves. Today, we will discuss what self-preservation means for individuals and community. We will discuss why confidence and dignity matters. The importance of community unity. Community unity. Every one of us as Biafrans, we are one community. Confidence and dignity matters. Every one of us, we must have confidence in ourselves. Have some sense of dignity in us. If we do, there are certain things we can never do online. There are certain words we will never use for ourselves. There are certain attitudes that will never be found in us. The importance of community unity. We will discuss the historical background of Biafran question, the perspectives of people who support and those who oppose self-determination. The importance of peaceful dialogue, human rights, and the rule of law. I encourage everyone watching to remain respectful throughout today's discussion. Remain respectful. Comment respectfully. Make your contribution. If you wish to join, you join me. Send your request, I'll bring you in. But remain respectful. What is self-preservation? Self-preservation is a concept that exists in every society. For individuals, it means protecting one's life, health, family, and future. Self-preservation for an individual, you that is watching me out there, for you, for me. What self-preservation means is protecting one's life, protecting your life, your health, your family, and your future. For communities, as Biafrans, Biafra is our community. We as Biafrans. For community, it means refer to preserving language, culture, tradition, and identity. For communities, when you talk about self-preservation, that is where mine goes. It refers to preserving language. Different languages we have in Biafra. It is not just the Igbos. We have the Igbos, we have the Bibio, we have the Ijaw, we have the Shakiri, we have the Ibange, we have different languages. When you talk about self-preservation, preserving those languages, preserving our culture. In the entire Biafra land, our culture is almost the same. One culture is what we have in Biafra land. Preserving that culture. Traditions. The entire Biafra, ranging from Igbo to Ijaw, our tradition is almost the same thing. Our identity is almost the same thing. We must preserve it. And that is what you refer to as self-preservation in our community, in Biafra. Preserving our language, culture, tradition, and identity. But as an individual, protecting your life, health, family, and future. Whichever one you are engaging with, one leads to the other. Self-preservation is very, very important to every normal human being that exists on this planet Earth. Around the world, community work to preserve their heritage. They establish cultural organizations, teach younger generations their history, celebrate traditional festivals, and protect indigenous language. We do so in Biafra land, and we will continue to do so. Even though some of us are distancing themselves from our culture, some of us are bringing foreign culture into our culture. Even in our names, some people are now changing our names. Instead of answering names, they are changing it. Our names are losing their meanings. Self-preservation. We have to go back to whom we are. This does not automatically imply agreement on political questions. Rather, it reflects to the widely recognized importance of cultural continuity and human dignity. When it comes to self-preservation, politics can never, ever make you to walk away from self-preservation. It is something that your mind has to be in self-preservation. In anything you do, you must never forget about self-preservation. Of self, of community, you must. Regardless of your political view, self-preservation should always reflect in everything you do as a Biafran. But obviously, people you see today attacking Nnamdi Kanu, attacking Mazembe, do they have self-preservation in them? Do they have anything called self-preservation in their conscience? Even as individual, as a person, do they have anything called self-preservation? If they do, they wouldn't be doing what they're doing to Nnamdi today. Because if you know what it is to preserve your life, you know that someone else will preserve his also. If you know that it is a duty for one to preserve his own life, it's a duty for you to preserve your life. There's no way you'll be calling for death for Nnamdi. There's no way you'll be targeting Nnamdi and speaking ill of him, even when he's in detention, suffering because of you. The only reason you do that is because you do not have self-preservation in you. You don't know what it means. You don't have conscience. You don't have conscience. When people have confidence in their identity and believe their history has value, they often better equipped to contribute positively to society. When people have confidence in their identity and believe their history has value, they often better equipped to contribute positively to society. These people today that are dedicating their life and time to tarnish the image of our supreme Nnamdi Kanu, those who have ganged up against Mazi Simon Ekpa detained, do they have confidence in their own identity? Do they believe in their history? Do they believe that their history has value? They don't. Because if they do, they will not be attacking the face of their freedom. They will not be attacking those who are giving out life, who are ready to put their life on the line for them. Many of them do not have self-esteem. Let's talk about self-esteem. Healthy self-esteem is different from believing one group is superior to another. Healthy self-esteem. The importance of self-esteem. Healthy self-esteem is different from believing one group is superior to another. This issue of superiority is one thing that is killing so many of us in this struggle today. That is why Nnamdi Kanu is exceptional. Nnamdi Kanu is exceptional. He doesn't feel superior to anybody. One thing is important, that is in every organization there must be a leader. In every movement there must be somebody who will lead. But in terms of feeling superior, Mazen Nnamdi can never feel superior to anybody, to any group. That is why today he is carrying every group along. He started by announcing the 100 men involving every group, whatever your name is, wherever you are, whatever you believe in, whatever be your own opinion, every one of us. He called up everyone to 100 men to make an impact. Today he is working with every group in their title and name and their different opinions and ideas. He is working with them. The IFID, the Rising Sun, the Ambassadors of Self-Determination. These are different groups on their own. He didn't tell them, dissolve and come under me. He didn't say, I am the supreme leader, you must come under me before you can talk. No. But some people today, they won't listen to you except you come under them. Some people today, they hate me because I am not joining their party. They hate me because I'm not calling their name. They can't even do something you promote. Let it be that they did something reasonable and responsible. I didn't promote it. They won't do it. They just want you to promote them. Unnecessary promotion. You want me to promote your pictures you are posting. You want me to promote your lies and blackmail and propaganda. I am not here to promote any form of propaganda or blackmail. I have said it time and time again, I deal with the reality. I focus on the reality of the day. I do not focus on breaking news or whatever. Before I will break that news, I will make sure that it's confirmed. Healthy self-esteem means recognizing that every human being possesses equal dignity. We must always have this healthy self-esteem, which means recognizing every human being possesses equal dignity. Every human being. You are not so special. You are only opportune to be where you are today, whether you are living at home or you're living abroad. Whether you are poor or rich, whether you are doing this or that, you are only opportune to be there. That does not make you a superhuman being, no. So many things we are doing today, if people who are in other places, in homeland or whatever, have the opportunity, they will do even better. That you are just there is a privilege. But you want to use it to oppress others. You feel superior. We are talking about healthy self-esteem. Every one of us as Biafrans must have a healthy self-esteem. We must have a healthy self-esteem. Knowing fully well that no one is superior to the other. Someone must lead. That is true. There must be a leader. But no one is superior than the other. No group is superior than the other. Every group has a role to play. Mazen Nnamdi can have said it. Mazen someone has spelled it out. That every group has something they are very good at. If you know nothing you are very good at, focus on it and stop blabbing and pushing propaganda unnecessarily. Focus on that thing you know that you can do better. Healthy self-esteem means believing that one culture, language deserve respect, while also respecting the cultures and language of others. Everybody deserves respect. And this is the challenge we are facing in Nigeria. Nigeria has made it that a Biafran do not deserve attention, do not deserve respect. More especially the Igbo Biafrans. They have made it as a rule in Nigeria that an Igbo Biafran does not deserve listening to. An Igbo Biafran is not supposed to be negotiated with. An Igbo Biafran is not supposed to be given an opportunity. That an Igbo Biafran cannot hold certain positions. And that is why we can never, ever, ever be part of the contraption called Nigeria. This very structure was put in place from the foundation by the British. That unhealthy self-esteem was planted into other regions. That is why the North will tell you that they are born to rule. They are born to rule. And someone that will say they are so smarter than others, and you can't do anything. Healthy self-esteem, believing that one's culture, language deserve respect, while respecting the culture and language of others too. Communities that value education, integrity, innovation, and cooperation are often better positioned to address social and economic challenges. That is why we must withdraw the program. This is one of the reasons we are walking away from the Zoological Republic, because in terms of the zoo, no amendments can be made. The foundation is faulty and can never, ever, ever be corrected. Our focus today is on the restoration of Biafra and the kind of Biafra we want. A Biafra where education will be valued, integrity will be valued, innovation will be in front. Nigeria, they have a ministry that is eradicating innovation. In Nigeria, Nigeria has a ministry that is eradicating innovation. And that is where you want to be. For us Biafrans, we want a Biafra where innovation will be valued, where there will be cooperation among people. That is what we are looking forward to. Positive self-esteem should aspire service, responsibility, constructive engagement, not hostility towards those with different views. Every one of us as Biafra, we must have positive self-esteem. Positive self-esteem. What does that mean? We should inspire service, responsibility. Be ready to take responsibility. Be ready to take responsibility. And constructive engagement. We have to engage with one another. Engage with even outsiders, with those that have different opinion with us. Not hostility. Wherever you are, and you are watching and listening, I want you to know that this battle has just begun. And we are going to fight this battle till the last man standing. You better prepare yourself. The battle has just begun. The battle has become so intense now that the Nigerian government has finally established their IPOB, which Dave Umahi announced long ago. The parallel IPOB, headed by Chike Lucian. The Nigerian pressure group, political pressure group, they are now all out, and the entire Biafra land is watching and seeing them. It is a pity that you cannot shame the shameless. You can't shame the shameless. Some of them, when I see them talk online, I'm not the one speaking, but I feel ashamed that somebody who claimed to be a member of IPOB, mostly an Igbo person, will on a camera, and all you do is to tarnish the image of a man who is paying with his life for you, who is giving his life for you. You have not made any commitments. You have not lost anything for Biafra. Instead, you were gaining. You haven't lost anything. Instead, you were gaining. Biafra made everything available for you, gave you an opportunity, put you on salary. made you known. So many of you don't even know their left and right. Biafra made you outspoken. You have not lost anything. Instead, you have gained more than enough. And yet, you on your camera, the man that gave you that opportunity becomes a man you castigate and call him names. It is a shame. It is a very big shame. But as I said, you cannot shame the shameless. You can't shame the shameless. We need community unity. We need community unity. Every one of us, I have said it time and time again, our family and OBI is IPOB. Mazen Nnamdi can have recovered it. The reborn IPOB, that is our community. Community frequently face disagreements. There might be disagreements. There will always be disagreements. Differences in opinion are normal. I have said it time and time again. There will always be disagreement. There will be always difference in opinion. It is normal. There's nothing like extraordinary in it. Like I tell people, they say, oh, we need to speak in one voice and agree. No. Let's stop blowing it out of proportion. We must not all agree in one thing. We must not all have one opinion. That is how life is. Unity does not require everyone to think exactly alike. Instead, unity often means maintaining respect while working towards shared goal. I have said it time and time again and again. Respecting each other while working towards shared goal. That shared goal is the key. We are free to have our disagreement and different opinions. But in the process of the argument and having our opinions, we must respect each other. While we pursue a shared goal, the only shared goal we have in this struggle is self-determination, freedom of Biafra. That is why I saw a video that I'm going to play, our beloved sister in Israel who has been making wave. When I saw that video that she posted recently, you saw the team of men, the caliber and team of men that made IPOB was represented there, the AVID was represented there, the ambassadors of self-determination were represented, the Rising Sun were represented. In Israel Parliament, they were all represented in Israel Parliament. What is their mission? Self-determination of the Biafra people. That is the way to do it. That is the way. Everyone, it is not about the title and the name you answer or where you belong. It is what you can do, what you can offer. It is what you can do. Let me see if I can find that video that our sister made in Israel. The latest move that has been made. And when you see that move that made, you will appreciate Biafrans, and you know that Biafrans are not playing around. We are not playing around. You appreciate what the Biafran people are doing, and you know that Biafran people are not playing around. We are equal to the task. We are ready to do what has to be done. It is no longer business as usual. It is not business as usual. Let me see. Just be patient. Let me find the video and get it out. Let me find the video and get it out so that we can watch. That is what we are supposed to be doing. Self-preservation. We have to continue to do what we can. Everything in our reach.
Israeli Knesset, I promised a big surprise soon. This is our surprise, and it
beginning.
You can see the video you're looking at there. These are able men, Biafrans, representing Biafra in Israel, in Knesset. Among them there, you will see IPOB represented. Avid is represented. Ambassadors of Self-Determination is represented. And our beloved sister, who have been fighting single-handedly as an individual, is there. What is the goal? Biafra independent. Biafra self-determination. Nobody is feeling superior to the other. Nnamdi Kanu, who has made the ultimate sacrifice, remain the face of the struggle. And wherever this case is taken to, his name is mentioned. These are men that are serious, focusing on what needs to be done. The Department of Sabotua under Chikedozie that was sacked, for the past 4 years, what have they done? Even in the presence of Nnamdi Kanu, he was doing everything single-handedly. In his absence, they did nothing. The only plan they were having is to make sure they remove him from the picture and plant themselves. They were all seeking for power. This video was released yesterday. And this is what is happening in Israel, in Knesset, in their parliament discussion. More details are going to come on this very journey. You remember last time our sister collected signatures of lawmakers in Israel. Collected signatures, people who supported that the discussion will be held. And that debate is about to hold. And look at men going there to represent. They are from different groups, different regions, different angles. It is not just one group. Not just one, but they not say, oh, you're not a member of IPOB, you're not going to be there. Oh, because you're not a member of IPOB, because you're not with me, you're not in my group. What you're saying is not wrong, is wrong. Because you're not in my group, this and that. No. These are reasonable and sensible men, focusing on the need of the day. And every single one of them is loyal to the Supreme Leader, Nnamdi Kanu. They know his value. He has already become the face of it. There is nothing you can do about it. There is nothing you can do about Nnamdi Kanu being the face of the struggle. If you are genuine, all you need to do is to key in. Put your own, make your own impact, put your own effort, and let us go home. This is what we call unity. When I'm talking about unity of purpose, this picture you are seeing here is what we call unity of purpose. For those of you who cannot understand until you see a picture. When you see this picture that our sister, Rachel, if you go to her platform, you see that picture she posted yesterday or day with about event that's happening in Knesset, in Israel. That is what is called unity of purpose. The people you see here are from different groups and different. And you, IPOB represented, AVID represented, Ambassador of Self-Determination represented, Rising Sun represented. Unity of purpose. It is not about one person. This is what I'm talking about. But some people are busy. You're busy commanding and controlling. You're busy trying to showcase what you are not. Why not allow us to see you through your work? See you. Look at this. This is an effort made by an individual. This is our sister, Rachel. Single-handedly made this effort. Push and push and push and push through Knesset, Israel Parliament. And today, the Parliament is debating the issue of Biafra. Does she need to come and tell me to come and play this video before I play it? Does she need to come and contact me and say, oh, why didn't you play my video? Does she need to do that? Every sensible Biafra that is genuinely seeking for freedom, when you see the post of our sister Rachel, you share it. Except you are demon, you are not with Biafra. Except you are demonic. Like this XDOS. You see them, they will attack it. When they see this progress, they will attack it. So many of them, when they see this progress, these people are making, they will attack it. This is what we call unity of purpose. If you're not here, on your own part, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing on your own? All you do is to come and attack people online. Oh, why are you not talking about my group? Why are you not mentioning my name? Why are you not mentioning our name? Why are you not talking about us? Talk about you of what? What are you doing that should talk about you? What is that thing you are doing you want me to talk about you? Can you tell me what you have done that make you talk about you? Mazen Nnamdi Kanu didn't need to go and meet people and tell them to speak. They were all speaking on their own. Mazen Simon Ekpa did not come to meet anybody to say go and talk. No, they were all speaking on their own. This is what we call unity of purpose. Unity of purpose. Different people represented, everybody. And I pray that the new HOD will go on this path. Involve everybody. Whatever you have, bring it. Unity of purpose. It is not about, I have said it time and time again, you are free to be in any mushroom group you want to be. Good luck. In any mushroom group you want to belong, you are free to be there. But let your focus be the self-determination of the Biafran people. Let your focus be if you are in any group and you find out that they are not focusing on self-determination, they are focusing on protecting one mighty man or mighty woman or one miracle person, leave them, find your way. Yeah, welcome my brother Coach Hughes. Thank you so much for joining. Unity of purpose. Look at it. When you go and look at that post that our sister Rachel made yesterday, when I looked at that post, I smiled. It gave me joy. Even if there is no result, the movement alone, the appearance alone gave me result. It is not about age, not about group, not about might, not about it. Look at unity of purpose. In this place, 4 organizations are represented. Four organizations are represented. Every one of them, they went to the Knesset in Israel Parliament to discuss self-determination. That is the discourse. Not coming online to attack Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Not coming online to attack Mazen Simon Ekpa. He did this, he did that. Mazen Simon Ekpa is this. Mazen Simon Nnamdi Kanu has sold that. Pushing a lie that does not hold water. Something you cannot even defend without any single evidence. You are accusing an innocent man. You don't even have the decency. You don't even have the decency to wait for him to come out. Then you can accuse him face to face. A man that is facing life sentence because of you. Facing life sentence. You couldn't have the patience to wait. Let him finish his appeal. Who is at the risk of facing death penalty now? And he never gave up. He never gave up. He's still focusing on pursuing. He didn't give up. And all you do is to on camera. I saw one of the idiots in one video I just came across. We are one of those clowns. That idiot, they don't deserve mentioning. That one that used to imitate Mazen Simon Ekpa. That one, if Mazen Simon Ekpa wear suit, he wear suit. If Mazen Simon Ekpa wear cap, he wear cap. Mazen Simon Ekpa use chair, he go and buy the type of chair. I saw him in the Madame Pongo platform where he was talking all manner of rubbish and nonsense. And what he was driving at, he said that Mazen Simon Ekpa said that since Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was extraordinarily rendition to Nigeria, that he would do extraordinary things to release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And I said, what was wrong with that? Do you think that they went and bring Mazen Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya for joke? Did you think that the Nigerian government just went and play and bring up? And do you know what he did? After saying that, he said that was why Mazen Simon Ekpa went and began to kill people in Biafra land. Just imagine. He landed and said that was why Mazen Simon Ekpa, when that killing people in Biafra land was part of the extraordinary thing Mazen Simon wanted. Just imagine. Bunch of clowns and idiot people. This is the same people who somebody confessed that they were the one that sent him to go and take the life of a traditional ruler. On camera, covered by all the major media outlets in Nigeria. But he still have the guts to mention Mazen Simon Ekpa and attach him to one idiotic thing. And this is how they push lines, they frame things up. And I just don't know why some people still continue to listen to them. I don't know why, because so when I listen to their program, when I come across their program and listen, I feel ashamed myself. My own very self, I feel ashamed. I feel ashamed. But of course, you can't shame the shameless. This bunch of idiots and clowns walking around everywhere. It is sad. Let's hear our sister.
From the Israeli Knesset, I promised a big surprise soon. This is our surprise, and it is only the beginning. See who is with me. We are just entering to the Knesset of Israel. All hail Biafra, all hail Nnamdi Kanu, all hail Israel.
All hail Biafra, all hail Nnamdi Kanu.
This is what unity of purpose is all about. This is what unity of purpose is all about. Reaching out. Not you going to stand as a King Kong. Everybody should come and bow for you. You stand as a King Kong. Even when you have no idea, you have nothing going on for you. I pray that Chukwu Okikabia will open our eyes before it's too late. When I saw this video, I felt joy inside me that there are still people, there are more than enough people who are committed to the cause of the restoration of Biafra, who are not deterred. Healthy communities encourage dialogue, debate, and mutual support for one another. They reject violence, intimidation, and hatred. We are supposed to reject violence, intimidation, and hatred. When disagreement arises, listening carefully and seeking peaceful solution can strengthen relationship rather than weaken them. I have been advocating for peace all the time. In any group I found myself, when there become confusion, I will always say, let there be a mediation, let there be peace, let there be unity, let there be this issue of creating factions. It doesn't go well with me. Let's listen to people. Listen to what people are saying. Don't feel so superior. Don't feel that you know all. Every one of us have an impact to make. Everybody has something to contribute. Everybody is important. When disagreement arises, listening carefully and seeking peaceful solution can strengthen relationship rather than weaken them. But nobody wants to listen. Nobody wants to listen. They all want to show that they know better than others. You want to show that you are in charge. You want to show that you have all the powers. It is sad. Judging from where we are coming from, the Biafran question has deep historical root. A lot has happened. We know where we are coming from. That is more reason why every Biafran must be very, very careful, because we have come a long way. The Biafran question has deep historical roots. The Nigerian Civil War of 1967 to 1970 left a lasting impact on many families. Don't you ever forget that. Whether Nigeria teach history or not, that should be ringing in your heart at all times. The conflict caused immense suffering, including loss of life, displacement, and famine. Don't ever forget that as a Biafra. And decades later, memory of that period continued to shape political discussion. Memory of what transpired during the Civil War of 1967 to 1970 continue to shape political discussions in the Zoological Republic. That is why I say we will never forget. We will never forget. That is why we are still asking for self-determination today. Because what caused the Civil War today is still happening, even worse than it was happening before the Civil War. Worse things are happening today. That is why there is no other choice we have except self-determination. There is no other way, no other shortcut except self-determination. That is the best way to address this long-standing grievance. For those who are calling for reform within a United Nation, a United Nigeria, those who are calling for reform, restructuring and all that, We have passed that level. That opportunity presented itself during the Civil War, before the Civil War, in Aburi, and Nigeria rejected it. So we can't go back to yesterday. That is why Biafrans are different. We see things ahead of time. Our eternal leaders saw at that time that restructuring should have saved the zoological republic, but they refused. They rejected it. Even Nnamdi Kanu gave them the same opportunity. They rejected it. Where we are today, the only thing that can rescue humanity in Nigeria is self-determination. And the only thing that is required in the zoo today is a referendum, not election. Referendum. The campaign should be referendum, not election. Is it the election that they have already rigged? Election that Tinubu have already won without even conducting the election. He has won already. And they know he has won. The P2B that he's jumping rattler said, no, he's going nowhere. He knows he's going nowhere. And at the end of the day, they will tell him to go to court. And of course, you know they own the court. That is where it's going to end. He's already buying international influence to make sure that United States doesn't intervene. United States, as far as they're concerned, is always their interest will come first. And so long their own interest is not threatened, they will allow Tinubu to continue. This is a fact. In as much as we so much hope on the United States that something somehow could happen from that angle, but yet, whatever happens will happen when our interests collide with theirs. But if Nigeria is able to give them what they want and make sure their interests is protected, let me tell you, nothing's going to happen. The world is operating based on interest. Once the interest of the United States is protected, Tinubu is good to go. You have seen the recent statement they have made. In as much as you know that Chukwu Okakabe was selling order, we saw a recent news that the United States have seized every single aid, 100%. Every aid to Nigeria has been cancelled. That is a good move. Because you can't be using your money to sponsor a terrorist government. It's a good move. But more is needed to make a change. More is needed, not just stopping AIDS. Because when you stop it, at the end of the day, it is still the masses that will suffer. The masses will be punished more. So more is needed. Go more. They need to go more. But we know it's all about interest. These differing perspectives continue to influence public debates today. We will continue to speak. In recent years, public figures, including Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa Joko, has become associated with aspects of Biafra's self-determination movement that you can never remove them from the picture. Presently, there are pictures in this agitation that you cannot, there is no way you can write things in this agitation without putting them forward. Nnamdi Kanu. It is only an enemy of Biafra that will tell you, remove Nnamdi Kanu and put one clan that doesn't have a name. People that don't even have emails, we don't even know who they are. We don't know their level of qualification. They haven't made a case for Biafra anywhere, not even online. They can't even defend Biafra online, let alone engaging in a face-to-face debate. And somebody is telling you to dish Nnamdi Kanu for one idiot somewhere. And some of you are paying attention. I'm not surprised because even Satan has his followers. Even Satan has his own followers. Every one of us know that the effort of Nnamdi Kanu, Samanegba, has drawn attention across the whole world. They are today the identity of the struggle. The leadership of Nnamdi Kanu is second to none. Everything they have been doing have been drawing attention of the world to issues of identity, issues of governance, issues of human rights. That is what they were drawing the attention of the world to. The human rights abuse in Nigeria, the bad governance of the Zoological Republic, the structure and wrong foundation that was led by the British. No matter how you hate them, no matter what you say, they have made a mark. Mazi Nnamdi have made a mark, and Mazi Simon have also registered his name. No matter how you try to blackmail them, it cannot change the truth. The truth will remain the truth. No matter how you assess them, these different assessments illustrate why it is important to distinguish between verified fact, legal proceedings, public statement, and personal opinion. People have different things to say about them. But in anything you want to believe about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, try as much as possible to distinguish between facts, between verified facts, the verified legal proceedings, public statement, and personal opinion. Always get that verified fact. Whatever you hear about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, whatever you hear about Mazi Simon, make sure you verify it. Ask for evidence. Verify. If they refuse, verify yourself, because they don't have any evidence. All the accusation, there's no evidence. The evidence they present against Mazi Simon is all false flagged, prepared by the XDOS with their corrupt group they formed, unknown government. They used it to create false flag, which they used to blackmail Mazi Simon. Today, the confessions are coming out. They push lies and propaganda. The same way they are blackmailing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The same way, that is what they did to Mazi Simon. And I believe in the coming appeal that is going to be different. The Biafrans are awake. The whole world is watching, and we are listening. We are going to follow the appeal to the last. And this time, it is going to be a different ball game. I bet you it will be a different ball game. It's not going to be the same. So wherever you are, hang on there. Do not be afraid. Mazi Simon Ekpa is coming for his appeal on the 5th of August. Before that 5th, on the 4th, there will be a protest. Make sure you are in Finland to give your support. Every one of us need to be in Finland to support our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa on that appeal. He needs our support. He needs our immense support in that appeal. Support also the international lawyer that is going to make impact in the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa. Make contribution that can be able to enhance the international lawyer to be there in Finland during that very hearing. Already he is making moves, which is the most important thing. The international lawyer have already met with Mazi Simon Ekpa. Mazi Simon Ekpa have told him what to do, which he has already started doing. Liaison with the Foreign Affairs Minister of Finland, liaison with the United Nations and EU and American government to torchlight the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa, to make sure that he is properly represented. Most importantly, to make sure that his right is respected, because they have abused his right on several occasions. There is human rights abuse on the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa, in a case where they refuse to admit evidence against the accusers. They refuse. The prosecutor refused to admit evidence for no reason. And because of that, you cannot call that a just process. That human rights abuse and injustice must be addressed this time around. And I have no doubt that our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, is going to join us August. He will be with us. By August, he will be with us. By the special case of Chukwu, he will be with us by August. Because it is no longer the same. This time around, it's a different ballgame. And Biafrans are doing the needful. International human rights principles recognize freedom such as expression, peaceful assembly, and participation in public affairs, while also recognizing that governments have responsibilities relating to public safety and the rule of law. Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Samuel has not committed any crime. They did not go against the right of any. They were only exercising their rights. They were only exercising their rights enshrined on international law. The right to self-determination, the right to self-defense, the right to life. Finding the appropriate balance between these interests is often challenging and debated in many democratic societies. Respect of human dignity should remain central regardless of political viewpoints. Yes. Respect of human dignity should remain central regardless of political viewpoints. And that is why Biafra is different. We value life. Biafra value life. That is why you can still be talking about the issue of Nigeria today. If we are violent people, if Biafrans were violent people, you will not be speaking about Nigeria today. More especially after illegally convicting Mazi Nnamdi and taking him to the caliphate. But because we are peaceful people, law-abiding people, we still continue to follow them lawfully. I bet you, I don't know how long it's going to last, but we will definitely do what we have to do to free our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi. History demonstrates that societies often make lasting progress through dialogue, negotiation, democratic participation, and respect to the rule of law. That is all we are asking for in Nigeria. Nigeria do not want to dialogue. Neither do they want to go into negotiation. They don't even want you to participate democratically. They don't want it. And they do not respect the rule of law. What then do you want the Biafrans to do? How then do you blame the Biafrans for looking for a way out? Even where disagreements are profound, constructive conversation can help reduce misunderstanding and build trust. But Nigeria doesn't want to have conversation. Not with Biafra. They can have conversation with terrorists. They can have conversation with the bandits. They can have conversation with any criminal, but not with the Biafrans that are fighting for legitimate cause. Listening carefully does not require agreements. It reflects respect for the humanity of others. Listening carefully does not require agreement. It reflects respect for the humanity of others. That is why you need to give people audience. That is why you must listen and pay attention to what people have to say. As we conclude, let us remember that community grows stronger when they invest in education, integrity, mutual respect, and peaceful engagement. This is for us as Biafrans. Our community as Biafra, our community as IPOB under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is our community. We grow stronger when we invest in education, integrity, mutual respect, and peaceful engagement. History deserves careful study. Human dignity deserves protection. Disagreement deserves thoughtful discussion rather than hostility. Whatever one's perspective on the Biafran question or Nigeria future, many people share aspiration for justice, security, opportunity, and peace. That is all we are asking for. We are not asking something different from even those who are the one Nigerians. This is still what they are looking for. But when we ask for these simple things, they tag us evil. Including the people who call themselves one Nigerian. Every aspiration of people is justice, security, opportunity, and peace. No matter what they do, we are not going to stop. They cannot frighten us. I thank you all who joined me on today's discussion. I appreciate your time and encourage you to continue learning from a variety of credible sources, engaging respectfully with those who hold different opinions, and contributing positively to your communities. I appreciate every one of you who has been with us on today's program, and we will continue. Don't ever back down, no matter what you see, no matter what you hear. We are making waves. We are making waves, and I bet you more things are going to happen in few days to come. Open your ears, open your eyes. Do not be discouraged, no matter what you see, no matter what you hear. Don't allow anybody to deceive you. Our freedom is sure. Freedom from Nigeria is guaranteed. Nothing is going to stop it. Nothing will stop it. No matter their distraction, we will definitely be free. My fellow Biafrans, before we go, we have to go to their media. Let us go and see some media reports that we have on Nigerian media. We are going to touch their report. You know, we always go to Sahara reporters, at least to an extent. They are open to an extent. So we go there to get information of what is happening in the zoo. And the reason is to use it to confirm every single thing we are saying, to confirm it to be truth. When you go there, you confirm, you see that there is need for Nigeria to break up. There is need for Biafrans to be free from Nigeria. And before that, let us have a quick break, and we come back, go to the media.
Follow for God now. Them say Tinubu don't follow for God now. Tinubu don't follow for God now. He want to take it, that's the top of our head. Senate house fall and the criminals, country military fall and the terrorists, injustice, Omotosha forget law for inside God. Changaro Republic at the government. Abubakar Malami don't fall for God now. Him and EFCC put leg for shit. Them say Sheikh Kukumi don't fall for God now. Because Donald Trump don't come to Machamo. He go matching Boko boys, matching terrorists. As the government knows a big way for kidnapping to stop. I make it don't fall for God now. Them making Nigerians see one die for suffer.
Thank you. Welcome back. Let us go to the Nigerian media updates, and let's look into the update they have to also enlighten ourselves and keep ourselves aware of what is happening in the Zoological Republic. Because you don't have to be left in the dark. No matter what happened, we are still under the control of the contraption called Nigeria. Our land is still under occupation. The occupation forces are there running affairs, daily affairs of the Biafran people. So we need to focus and know what is happening so that we can know how to approach their evil deed. The first one said, Court Martial Stall as detained army captain reportedly collapsed after convulsion seizure in 30-foot underground DIA. I never see anything. It's Zoological Republic. Kaduna community urges peaceful burial amid alleged pressure on family of woman found dead in Minister Umahi residence. You know, go explain what he do to that woman waking. Nonsense. South African Appeal Court approved bid to overturn Nigerian televangelist Timothy Omotosho acquittal in rape, human trafficking case. Mad people everywhere. Mad people everywhere. Ozigi's wife said alien activists are waiting surgery amid remand over alleged post about Kogi Accountant General Yunomoko. Just imagine. Many activists detained. Something that you didn't even see during the military regime. And these same people come and tell you, oh, the best military regime is worse than the worst democratic regime. Mad people everywhere. Just because someone else said it and you copy it and you run with it, you can't even apply your common sense to what they're saying. Mad people. Osun governorship election Adeleke campaign alleged APC lobbying powerful figure to manipulate poll. And so you go complain. And at the end of the day, they do what they want to do. And today, xenophobia final evacuation flight from South Africa lands in Nigeria as over 1,500 citizens return home. Where South Africa carry their country now? Finally, where they enjoy their South Africa. Kwara governor Abdulrazak is Fulani man. Stopped us from Kwara governor Abdulrazak is Fulani man. Stopped us from coming to fight attackers. Sunday Igboho's Iruku Eku security network alleges. You never see anything. Okay, Kwara state governor tell them men no come fight against Fulani. You never know before. So you don't know say na Fulani man before. Abdulrazak is a Fulani man. You don't know before. Not only Abdulrazak said, even all the state governors, how many of them have approved a fight against the Fulani? No state governor, no, all the security outfit they are forming in the Southeast. Have you seen any security outfit that is formed against Fulani? Every security outfit in the Southeast, they are forming it against the ESN, against the Biafra agitators. And they will shamelessly come out and announce it that they are fighting against the Biafra agitators. No governor in Nigeria will approve any fight against Fulani. That is when you understand the people who owns Nigeria. When they tell you they own Nigeria, you think it's a lie. Every time you confess Nigeria, you are confessing enslavement. You are confessing yourself as a slave to Fulani. As long as you accept Nigeria, you should be ready to accept slavery. The British handed Nigeria to them. The contract was that the land belonged to them, the resources belong to the British. And there's nothing you can do about it as long as you continue under that name. The only thing that can remove you from that very captivity, the only thing that can remove you from Fulani bondage is removing you that name Nigeria. If you are no longer part of Nigeria, Fulani cannot have hold of you. But once you continue to run any affair under Nigeria, the Fulanis are in charge. So Igbo can shout and talk as if he didn't know. Nonsense. They don't pay you now, make you go rest. So why are you now disturbing the Fulanis? They've paid you. Take your money and go rest. Court ordered ex-AGF Malami to forfeit 48 properties in Nigeria to Nigerian government. This is the idiot the idiot that plotted the kidnapping of Mazen Nnamdi. A criminal. Look at him. This was the idiot that plotted the kidnapping of Mazen Nnamdi from Kenya, Malami, and celebrated the kidnapping of Mazen Nnamdi. Look at him, a criminal. Court ordered ex-AGF Malami to forfeit 48 properties to Nigerian government. 48 stolen properties. A fraudster went and kidnapped an innocent man from Kenya. The evil that men do, live with them, not after them. Every one of you will receive it hard. Mazen Nnamdi is in the station. He never talked to you people. You are all now facing it. Mad people everywhere. Delta Anglican Bishop faces backlash after joining APC leaders to endorse Tinubu re-election. Mad people. Mad people. Why don't go face backlash? They use the pulpit to commit crime in the name of God. Mad people. Southeast is not our enemy. Kwankwaso called for stronger North Igbo alliance ahead of 2027 election. Nonsense. Alliance Igbo Fulani alliance my food. Igbo North alliance my food. Bunch of idiots and clans. And some idiots will really believe him in this thing he's saying now. Some clans will believe him. Some idiots will believe him. Retired DIG Akpo accused of ordering detention of police lawyer Michael Okoli. over alleged court absence in Lagos. That's what they do. More especially when you have an Igbo name in your name. They can do anything against you, and they know nobody's going to talk. Adamawa Governor Fintri orders LG chairman to leave in their council, says you were not elected to war in Yola. You won't try. That is Nigeria. Nigeria. British High Commission, EU, pro-political killings in Osu ahead of governorship election. Waive visa sanctions. Nonsense. No, nonsense. That is the one they will put their eyes into. Construction resumed at FCT Gwagwalada Town Hall after 16 years of abandonment, following TIB movement advocacy. Midnight power surge causes fire at a Lorry commercial building. At the zoo for you. Court adjourned Blessing CEO 36 million fraud trial after she failed to appear over alleged illness. The CEO she's sick. That's how she ended her career with a saga online. Sokapo demands thorough probe into Mary Habila's death at Minister Umahi's residence. Umahi. So many evil are attached to that Umahi. So many evil attached to Umahi. Police arrest Nigerian content creator Odogu of Asaba over alleged rape of young woman who later committed suicide. Imagine. That is what they breed. You can imagine. You can imagine. Tomorrow you say, "Nah, devil do you." When it be said that you take your hand, put yourself for death row. Mad people everywhere. Who is this one? We are tracing how Mohbad died. Father insists DNA test must be done before burial. We're still there for Mohbad case. Now well done. They beat us, ordered all to sleep. Rescued Oyan school children, recount 56 days ordeal in kidnapping them. They beat us, orders us to sleep. Rescued Oyan school children, recount 56 days ordeal in kidnappers' den. You idiot, you said you killed me. Bandit leader Sani Yellow resurfaced in video, mock Zamfara governor. That is what you see in Nigeria, you see? They said they kill a bandit and the guy come back, come do video. They tell them, say, who you kill? And yourself you kill. He can't show himself, even they show people where he still kidnap and more where he go kidnap. You see? That is Nigeria for you. They say they kill the man. The man come make video, who you kill. That is the game. The same way the federal government and bandit is doing their thing. That is it. EFCC arraigned 2 FCDA officials over alleged illegal sale of government staff houses in Abuja. I never see anything. Osun election, APC demand probe of 130 billion a day airport project. Accuses Governor Adeleke of financial secrecy. Mad people everywhere. Mad people. Look at the bandits, what the bandits say. You idiots, you said you killed me. Bandit leader Sani Yellow resurface in video. Mock Zamfara governor. When I say when I kill me, kill who? They are. That is Nigeria for you. Full lists. 48 properties linked to ex-AGF Malami, including Raya University Hotel, forfeited to Nigerian government. They are untouchable. The evil that men do live with them. Now people will go kidnap Mazen Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. Kogi, Niger, Benue recording Nigeria highest food inflation rates as price soars high. Exclusive court martial over alleged Tinubu coup plot stalled after detained captain reportedly suffered convulsion, collapse in underground facility. Mary Habila's death. Northern Youth Council gives Minister Umahi 7 days ultimatum to resign, threatened nationwide protests. Now then be untouchable of Tinubu now. Make we see how I want to do it. Exclusive. Mary Habila was found naked, lifeless, with blood around nose, mouth at Minister Umahi's residence. Ebonyi DPP's legal advice reveals. Imagine. That means they murdered her. She was murdered. She was murdered. And Umahi, this man Umahi. Let's see. Let's see how he gets away from this one again. Tinubu will still save him from this one. Lecturer who alleged casino-sponsored bandit Hajj says authorities detained him instead of investigating claims. See, lecturer who alleged casino-sponsored bandits to Hajj says authorities detained him instead of investigating claims. That is Nigeria now. When you report them, instead of investigating, they go arrest you, we blow it. We still blow at Nigeria. If you blow it for Nigeria, you're on your own now. You are on your own. If you blow it for Nigeria, you are on your own. Exclusive. Body of woman who died at Minister Umahi house. Yet to be released as Ebonyi DPP says only autopsy can determine cause of death. Mad people. NURTW, Nigerian Union of Road Transport Workers, accuses Oyo Attorney General of misrepresenting appeal court judgment, demand return to motor parks. Motor park touts are protesting. Nigeria, we hear you. By the time you see this video, I will be dead. Woman final video alleged Nigerian content creator raped her, celebrated taking her virginity. Imagine. He will rot in jail. He will rot in jail. Enugu-based journalist sues IGP orders over alleged police plot to arrest him without informing him of any offense. That is what they do. No be Enugu, Umahi place. They do anything and get away with it. Most Nigerians use wrong toothbrushes, risk serious dental problem, says US-based dentist. Now, so which one will we use now? Yeah, tell us the brush where will they use? Tell us. Most Nigerians use wrong toothbrushes, risk serious dental problem, says US-based dentist. Then which one? I may tell us which brush will they use. The right one. If we fight, we might win. Socialist labor hail rescue of kidnapped Oyo people. Urges mass action against insecurity. Nonsense. Rescue what? They didn't rescue anything. They went and paid ransom and brought the people back. And they're claiming they didn't pay ransom. Look at another attack. Another attack. Breaking. Terrorists kill one. Abduct residents. Injured several in fresh attack in Kwara community. Kwara again. Kwara. They are still kidnapping and attacking. Mad people everywhere. They are. Ex-PHCN manager accuses Joe Ajero of betraying 47,000 electricity workers, blocking billions in entitlement. Today we know. Breaking. Ebonyi police insist on autopsy for Mary Habila, who died at Minister Umahi's residence despite family's objection. You don't go pay the family now, they don't do autopsy. That's how you don't go settle the family. How can family tell you not to do autopsy? They want to bury. They go carry religion or whatever, put forward. Mad people with their mad country. When Umahi is supposed to be in jail. Nigeria Corporate Affairs Commission to strike off 100,000 companies from register. No, I'm not going to keep up. U.S. House back amendments to withhold all aids to Nigeria until Christians are protected. This is the latest. This is the latest one. This is the latest one, but we expect the U.S. to do more. United States of America House backs amendments to withhold all, they say all aids to Nigeria until Christians are protected. Very good. It's a very good move. Don't be told they talk every day, talk without action. At least you start doing something. Start doing something. All aids to Nigeria cancelled. I don't know why you should be aiding people who are sponsoring terrorists. But you don't have to stop there, because that is not going to solve the problem. Even stopping the aids will somehow affect the citizens. It will affect the citizens. So it is time you focus on other issues also. Focus on other angles, other areas, and make sure that the right thing is done. U.S. House back amendments to withhold all aids to Nigeria until Christians are protected. It's a good move, but you need to do more. You need to do more. Chukwu Abiyama is watching. We heard our teacher's cry before he was killed. Rescued Oyo school boy, recall Michael Oyedokun's final moments. See, they had their teacher crying before they beheaded him. The same people that beheaded the teacher, that people went and negotiate with. God have mercy. Minister Umahi seeks forensic autopsy on Mary Habila, who died at his Ebonyi residence, asked police to delay release of body. All these ones are manipulation. At the end of the day, now they will not have an independent autopsy. No independent, they say, now money, all are manipulation. Umahi is a murderer. We know right from time, he's a murderer. Odenkalo alleges DSS abducted NBA election service provider, MD, ahead of NBA Decide 2026. And Nigeria, what I want now. I complain, not often I get a complaint. Meanwhile, Tinubu and his group, they do what they want. They send one. Gunmen invade Kwara community, abduct businessman, Islamic cleric, demands 65 million. Imagine for Kwara. But I don't hear that. When Mazin Nani can tell you that this thing you people are training, he go swallow now. This thing one of the train, he go swallow. It's happening. Brazil to challenge US 25% tariff at WTO, accuses ex-president Bolsonaro family of collaborating with Washington. Delta Court to rule on contempt case against police commissioner, 17 officers over alleged disobedience of order. Kwara Judicial Commission sacked 2 court registrars, demote magistrate over corruption negligence. I think that is all we have. The other one that is covered, I don't think is something that we need to see so that they don't use it and block our program. So I thank you all for being part of this program. We have done it as we always do. Continue to be strong. Don't allow anybody to blackmail you. Don't allow anybody to confuse you or delay you. Continue to support our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the unchallenged face of the struggle. If you are serious for this struggle, you must have loyalty for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And you cannot defend Mazi Nnamdi Kanu effectively without recognizing the good work of Mazi Simon Ekpa. You must always recognize and give him accolade. By the special grace of Chukwu Abiyama, August, Mazi Simon Ekpa is going to be free. His appeal is coming on the 5th of August. 4th is major protest by Biafrans. Make sure you are part of it and also support the legal fees of international lawyers supporting Mazi Simon Ekpa. Try as much as possible to give your support. May Chukwu Abiyama continue to guide and protect us, and also support the new HOD that was put in place by the supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Support the new HOD. Whatever initiative they bring is what to be supported. While we are supporting, we watch closely. It doesn't mean that you don't have your independent mind. You have your independent mind, you have your independent contribution, and go in, get the critical thinking at all times so that we will not sleep again and something will happen. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect every single one of us as Biafra, wherever you are watching this program from. We must continue. We will never back down. No matter the enemies are doing, no matter their propaganda, their blackmails, no matter all their evil plan, we will continue to make difference anywhere, anytime, any day. I appreciate every one of you. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect everyone that have been with us on this program. We are going to be back again in the evening by the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abiyama. Thank you so much for being part of the program. Thank you for joining. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect you, and may Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. They will all be out, they will join us, and we will march into our freedom very soon. I appreciate everyone that is making waves, everyone, especially our sister Rachel that is making wave in Israel. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect her, give her more wisdom and knowledge to continue to do her job also. Thank you for watching, and we are going to end up the program with the message of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, one of his broadcasts. I'm going to play that broadcast after this very program. One of the broadcasts he made that I played in the beginning of this program, I'm still going to play it again to play completely at the end of this program for those who want to listen to pay attention. Many people did not hear when he said that, the XDOX stopped people from listening to the message of Mazi Simon Ekpa. So that is why I am playing most of those messages that the XDOX has told you not to listen, don't watch. Today I'm playing them back so that you can know the person you joined them to fight. Some of you that joined them to fight Mazi Simon Ekpa today, when you watch the programs, you'll be ashamed of yourself. You know what you have missed. That is why I play the programs of Mazi Simon Ekpa that he conducted. That time they told you don't watch him. And Mazi Nnamdi told you, go and watch his program and share it. Since you didn't share it that time, this time I believe you will share it. So I'm going to play the program after this very program as we are rounding up. We're going to play it so that we can listen to it and end up the program with it. And before then, I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect every single one of us that have been on this program, that have been able to join patiently until this time. Thank you for joining, and see you again in the evening. Thank you.
First bear witness to the sacred code. The ground beneath us does not yield to seasonal guests. The tenant cannot sack the landlord. The employee can never sack the employer. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains the supreme leader of IPOB. His command is final. Whatever he says goes. Pursuant to the strict authority of the supreme leader and the sacred unyielding IPO code of conduct, the third administration of the DOS is hereby dissolved. The sentence is passed, your names are permanently erased. Chikaedozi, you are sacked. Tony Nzurumike, you are sacked. Austin Agbanyin, you are sacked. Chukurio Forma, you are sacked. Isaiah Uba, you are sacked. Collins Chinedu, you are sacked. Chinazan Woru, you are sacked. Fidelis Ejogu, you are sacked. Chidin Manworu, Juliet Edward Filatro, you are sacked. You are indefinitely expelled. You are Nigerian agents. Stay off from IPOB. You no longer speak. You no longer act for the children of light. The employee cannot fire the boss. Tenant cannot sack the landlord. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader, the supreme leader of IPOB. Through the trials, through the chains, his word remains absolute. Whatever Mazi Nnamdi says goes.
the supreme leader says goes. They thought darkness could hide the shadows of greed. They forgot the soil remembers every treacherous deed. After the illegal extraction, when the leader was taken away, the enemies of the struggle came out to play. Governor Dave Umar, he paid $500,000, a blood money bribe to buy collars for the scholars of shame. They took the cash, sabotaged the release, and traded the crown, bribing media houses just to tear the leader's legacy down. But the truth is a rock, it crushes the hand that betrays. But in the darkest hour, the true guardian stood high, refusing to let the message of restoration die. We lift our voices to honor the ones who defended the light, the shield of the truth. In the dead of the night, thank you Biafra, vanguard media for standing so bold, for ensuring the unfiltered truth was always told. Salute to the dedicated souls of Abbott, standing the test. Salute to the rising sun, unyielding and blessed, and the ambassador for self-determination marching ahead, keeping the fire burning for the living and the dead. You defended the leader, you shielded the name from the stain. Oh, whatever Nnamdi Kanu says goes. Whatever the supreme leader says goes. The fourth dose is here, working with global power to heal the land. The genocide must stop, the boss has spoken. Victory is absolute.
Country and beautiful country, Finland, this evening. And this is the State of the Nation broadcast. It's going to be the paradigm shift in the Biafra liberation. Good evening, France, lovers of freedom, and friends of Biafrans across the globe. The gentlemen and ladies of the press that are hooked up to this program today from different parts of the world. I would like to start this state address today by drawing some kind of from the Bangladesh and Pakistani War of 1971. The 1971 liberation war of the Bangladesh against Pakistani continues to shape the mindset of the Bangladesh sense of nationalism and has forged their contemporary constitution. The Bangladesh we see today is essentially the fruit of the liberation war of 1971. And in order to know the history of Pakistanese colonialism and the event surrounding the 1971 liberation war that turned Bangladesh into an independent sovereign state, we need to again look into the Biafra issue and the event that has happened for the last 2 years. The liberation war of the Bangladesh people was not merely a war of independence fought by Bangladesh nationalists, but one of its main reasons that triggered the Bangladesh war of liberation was religion. Religion. The Pakistani government, as at then, wanted to turn Bangladesh into exemplary Muslim by alienating them from their Hindu background. That's exactly what Nigeria is doing today. Nigeria government is now an Islamic State government where the Muslim is a president or becoming a president-elect, and the vice is president-elect. And this Biafra will never accept, no matter what. Apart from that, this has been the problem of Nigeria from inception, from 1914, go to the independence in 1960 and beyond. And today, the manifestation of the Islamic State in Nigeria is getting clearer by the day. This we saw many years ago, and that's what is leading to most of this agitation springing up for the disintegration of Nigeria, which is for the best interest of every ethnic nationality that made up Nigeria today. I want Biafrans to understand this concept of the religious division was also used as a root cause of the creation of Pakistan in the first place, following the British colonialism of the subcontinent. Ironically, religion brought together Bangladesh and Pakistan as one state during the partition of the subcontinent, and later the very same religion separated the two. I want you to understand that this is going to happen this year in Nigeria, between Nigeria and Biafra. It does not matter whether you accept it or not. We have been able to ascertain that the majority of Biafrans, over 90% of Biafrans, have rejected Nigeria through the just concluded general election. And that is going to be very clear today in this particular State of the Nation broadcast. Comprehending, I want you to understand that comprehending the development of the liberation war of Bangladesh involved a meticulous retrospective look into the event leading to the partition of the Indian subcontinent. Following the devastating effect of the Second World War, the British colonialists gave up their control over Indian subcontinent, and the 1947 partition outlined two independent nations, India and Pakistan. This is the same with Nigeria and Biafra today. We have seen the worst of it during the last general election. It was not jihad. It was not just an election, but a jihad election. A jihad election against the Biafra people. And we have seen widespread condemnation of the result from local to international communities. However, this condemnation will not change the fact that it was a jihadist election where extremist Muslims from the Yorubas waged a series of attacks against Igbo Christians in Lagos. It is not also only the extremist Yorubas, Muslim Yorubas, but also most of the Fulanis in Lagos have been used to perpetrate this attack against Igbos and their businesses in Lagos for voting against their religion and for voting for P2B. My fellow Biafrans, if you think that this is just an attack, or the attack that is going on today against the Igbos in Lagos or in various parts of Nigeria is going to end, then you are a joker. The attack against you is just starting. This is many years and decades of planning that is being executed now. Their target is to silence your voice physically and in the ballot box. They have succeeded somehow in silencing your voice that today you dare not speak in Nigeria. Today, you dare not condemn or criticize the government in Nigeria because it is a jihadist government. If you do that, you are a dead man. So they have succeeded in silencing you, using force and terrorism to silence your voice in Nigeria. And now they are taking it to the ballot box, making sure they silence your voice in the ballot box. They have succeeded in all these things, including now, the last election shows that they will stop at nothing until they silence you in the ballot box. I want my fellow Biafrans and those listening to me today to know that your voice in the ballot box will be silenced by the jihadist government of Nigeria with terrorism, and they will not stop until this is done. Because many of you don't understand, many of you are very unreasonable people who are looking for the head of those fighting for your liberation. My fellow Biafrans, Nigeria has been in joint military training, studying the map of Nigeria and Biafra with the Pakistani government. Many of you do not understand why Nigeria aligned with Pakistan to train their air force and their pilot in studying and monitoring the map of the Nigeria. Is because they are using the template that Pakistani use against the Bangladesh in order to subjugate them and turn them into Islamic State, and today you are going to see a similarity in what we are doing in this Biafra liberation movement. The reason for this collaboration between Nigeria and Pakistan is nothing else than the Islamic agenda. And today it is manifesting. Atiku and the other Muslims can never go against the outcome of the election in good faith because it is a dream come true. And win-win for Muslims in the north, Boko Haram, Islamic State, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, and all the terrorist organizations and groups in Nigeria. This is a win-win for them. They can never go against this election, against the result in good faith. And our message today also goes to the ignorant people following them in PDP, because Atiku can never fight with his heart. He knows that he is going to be more comfortable in an Islamic state of Nigeria than in a secular state. So if he go out there to fight against the Muslim ticket or the Muslim president and vice president Muslim, he is just deceiving you. The fight is not real. And I want you to understand that the judiciary has been taken over by the Muslims, the executive Muslims, the military Muslims, the police Muslims, and it is only Biafra that is going to save you from this mess. Atiku also validated the killing of the young lady, the young girl in the northern Nigeria for blasphemy. She was stoned to death, and Atiku condoned it in this 21st century. Atiku can never go against the Muslim ticket. That is what they have prayed for. And do not allow yourself to be used. We are not going to be used, and we cannot be deceived. That's why the Biafra liberation and exit from Nigeria will happen at all costs this year. My fellow Biafrans, just like the Bangladesh people has had enough of the Islamic agenda and they liberated themselves from the Islamic Pakistan rulership, so will the Biafra people liberate themselves this year, 2023, from the Islamic-dominated Nigeria government. In the same way, Pakistani government embarked on a widespread crackdown of the Bangladesh activists. In the wake of the crackdown, on March 25th, 1971, the Awami League leader felt bereft and were left to their devices. Senior leader fled from their houses to take shelter in a remote village in India. Most of them took refuge in India. They left and fled their country in Pakistan. Among them was the Awami League General Secretary Tajuddin Ahmed. Tajuddin Ahmed fled. Crackdown of the Pakistani government in March 25th. The Indian authority gave them safety and shelter. When they fled the country because of the crackdown, the exact thing the Nigeria government are doing today, the Islamic government of Nigeria is doing today to Christians, Biafrans, mainly Christian Biafrans that are fighting to liberate themselves from them. They will have start and onslaught against our people, including crackdown on Biafrans. And those innocent Biafrans who are not even part of the Biafra Liberation Army have fallen victim of this. The evening of April 1, 1971, Tajuddin and Barrister Amirul Islam were put on board a Russian-made Antonov cargo aircraft. In extreme secrecy, they were flown from Calcutta to New Delhi. 2 days after his arrival in New Delhi, his meeting with the Prime Minister of India, Indira Gandhi, took place on April 3rd, 1971. It was the first official contact of the Awami League leaders with India government more than a week after the crackdown of Dhaka started. He was not only the party general secretary, but also the right-hand man of the Bagabandu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, who was the original leader of the Bangladesh Liberation of War, who was arrested. The main leader was arrested on the fateful night and flown to the West Pakistan, just like the way they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu, who is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra today, and we do not allow the movement to die. Mrs. Gandhi and her aides were apparently impressed with the Tajuddin, who was adept at explaining the overall situation prevailing in Bangladesh before March 25th crackdown. He was acting on the instruction of the Bagabandu. He appraised Mrs. Gandhi of the freedom movement that has started and said that the people of Bangladesh were determined to continue their struggle until independence was achieved. He sought all-out support from the government of India. That is exactly the situation of Biafra people today. We are doing exactly even more because the Nigeria situation is very, very, kind of a little bit more worse than what the Bangladesh and Pakistani went through. When the people of Bangladesh launched a comprehensive war of liberation, it was the young guerrillas that played a vital role. The freedom fighters, most of them came from rural background and college university students, put up fierce resistance to the Pakistani army, who had started killing thousands of innocent people, including women and children. The freedom fighters, clad in lungi and shirt, who had no training in guerrilla warfare, blended in with the locals, fought the brutal occupation forces and the Bangladesh collaborators. They also have Bangladesh collaborators against the Bangladesh independence, just like the Biafra people have the Ohaneses, the governors, and the political elite fighting against our freedom today. It is the same thing happened to Bangladesh people. The first task of the Awami League leaders was to gain support from the government of India. Besides guerrillas, a regular army division was created around the nucleus of the then East Bengal Regiment. I want to assure Biafra people today that this is the face of the Biafra liberation at the moment. Bangladesh exile government was based on the principles of collective responsibility. They also had their own exile government that was based on the principles of collective interest and responsibility. But Tajuddin played the vital role. He acted as the spokesperson of the people of Bangladesh, just like Simon Ekpa is acting as the spokesperson of the Biafra people today. But his choice as the prime minister was not anonymous. To run the provisional government, he had to overcome a lot of difficulties to face the many challenges. The same challenges we are facing today in autopilot movement of the Biafra liberation. The first challenge, the same challenges Simon Ekpa is facing today is the same thing the Tajuddin man from Bangladesh faced during their liberation war. There were not only differences of opinion among the Awami League leaders, but also grouping and bickering aplenty, intellectually sound and unassuming. Tajuddin was a cool-headed person in the absence of Bangladesh, in the absence of their leader, Babangadu, had he not been chosen as the prime minister of the exile government, it would have been difficult for any Awami leader or Awami League leader to handle the complex situation. The same way that we are having different complex issues today as we prepare our exit from Nigeria. But Tajuddin maintained proper liaison with the host Indian authority as well as various groups and freedom fighters. My fellow Biafrans, we started our countdown to exit Nigeria on the 5th of October 2022. And during this countdown that ended today, as a matter of fact, our countdown ended today, the 5th day of March 2023. We recorded a lot of success in creating awareness during this countdown, building and strengthening alliances with our neighbors like the Oduduwas. Joint brief took place. Joint brief between us and Oduduwas took place on the 5th of November 2022. Sorry, 1 moment. You're welcome back. The joint press briefing between Biafra people and Oduduwa took place on November 5th, 2022. We sustained and reawakened the Biafra spirit through the hoisting of Biafra flag of the rising sun, which took place on the 21st day of November 2022 at exactly 12 a.m. throughout the 31 state and province of Biafra. During this countdown, we defended Biafra land against rampaging Nigeria state terrorists who comes to kill our people at will. We made sure they do not have their way. We made sure that they have always left Biafra land defeated. It is no longer business as usual like before, when they will come, kill, maim, rape our women, kill our children, and go free without resistance. During the countdown of the Biafra exit, we defended Udi in Enugu province of Biafra land against terrorist state and both state and non-state actors. During the time of this countdown, we defended Ezeago, we defended Ehamufu, we defended Four Corner, Enugu, and beyond. We defended many places in other parts of Biafra land and continue to do so. We stopped the terrorist Nigerian army from further burning of our homes and shops and business places and marketplaces with equal measures and resistance. All this happened during the countdown of the Biafra exit. We also made history during this countdown. During our December 2022 lockdown, between the 9th of December to 14th of December 2022, in preparation for no election in Biafra land, which affected the voters across Nigeria, not just in Biafra land. As the voters turnout can attest to this fact, our over 93 million registered voters, only 27% were, voted. But the issue is that from our record, we are to inform you today that the 27% voters recorded by ANEC, they are all false and fortified. It's fake. The number of Nigerians that participated in the vote is not up to 15%. And it is a credit to the Biafra movement who created the awareness, educated them on the need to reject Nigeria. And today, over 73% of the Biafra people, Nigeria people, rejected the one Nigeria. The indigenous people in Nigeria have rejected Nigeria, and that is the reason why you have the low voters turnout, which is to say that many indigenous and ethnic nationalities in Nigeria are no longer interested to continue one Nigeria. I want you to disregard whatever that is happening on social media. Nigeria controls the media, and many people in the media are mostly the criminals that are benefiting from one Nigeria. But the main people, the main voters, the main Nigerians, the main people that found themselves in Nigeria no longer want Nigeria. These are the 73% that refused and rejected Nigeria. We are going to go into breakdown of how Biafra rejected Nigeria in the last election from the voters that were counted and registered and were announced. These are indigenous people, which means 73% of indigenous people in Nigeria rejected Nigeria. I want Biafrans to understand this evening that going through the outcome of the election that took place, or the fraudulent election that took place on the 25th of February 2023, we have the following announcement and observation. The following observation we have today. The total voters in the south part of Biafra, the total registered voters in the south part of Biafra are 14,440,714 voters registered in the south part of Biafra land. From these 14 million registered voters, only 2,497,740 people casted their vote. Which means from the south part of Biafra, 10,907,606 persons rejected Nigeria. From the south part of Biafra, only 2 million people, 2,281,805 people accepted one Nigeria. I want you, the international observers, I want you, media people watching me today, to do the calculation. What is the percent of those that voted for one Nigeria in the south of Biafra? And what is the percent of those that rejected one Nigeria by not casting their vote from the south of Biafra? We have 10 million people that say we are going with Biafra and we say no to one Nigeria. And they rejected the election. They refused to participate and validate Nigeria. This is a pass. This is a pass. And this is the highest grade. It is over 80%. We have 14 million people that registered to cast their vote in Nigeria from the south part of Biafra, and only 2 million people participated at the end of the day to validate Nigeria. And 10 million people rejected it. So we have 10 million in the referendum that say, let Biafra go from the south part of Biafra. From the southeast part of Biafra, we have a total number of registered voters at 10,907,606 persons. From this number that registered to vote in Nigeria, only 2,281,805 persons casted their vote to validate one Nigeria, while about 8 million people rejected the Nigeria election. 8 million of people, of Biafra people from the southeast, rejected the Nigeria election. What does that tell you in referendum? It is complete knockdown against those who want to validate Nigeria. There are only 2 million in the southeast, while we are 8 million people who rejected. They were ready to go and validate Nigeria election, but we said no to them. We told them not to go to validate it. They have the reason why they did not go. And this cut across Nigeria, across the board. So we have 8 million that rejected this election and rejected Nigeria from the 25th day of February 2023. 8 million Biafrans from the Biafra part of the Southeast rejected this election. Now, the total registered voters in the entire Biafra territory, which is comprising the Southeast and the South, is 25,348,346 people. From this number of 25 million people in the entire Biafra territory that shows their interest to participate in Nigeria election, only 4,779,544 people registered their interest to maintain one Nigeria. And from this, 20 million people rejected Nigeria from the entire Biafra land. I want you to understand that if this is the referendum we are talking about, it is complete knockout. That out of 25 million people that registered to vote, 20 million rejected, that they don't want to validate Nigeria again. And this is going to be the reason why the next coming announcement that I'm going to make on this broadcast today, you will understand where we are going, because the countdown have ended today, and the next question is, what next? What next? The result of this election that I'm analyzing to you now have necessitated our next move for the liberation of Biafra. I want to make it very clear for those who are taking the record that 25,348,346 people registered from the entire Biafra land to participate in Nigeria election. And they rejected the election. They rejected it because they know that Nigeria can never work again. And only 4,779,544 people approved, and they decided to validate Nigeria. This is a failure. They failed because the numbers that rejected Nigeria is 20 million. Why only 4 million validated Nigeria? It is unacceptable. The 4 million people cannot decide the fate of 70 million people that we found in Biafra territory, home and abroad. Having said this, my fellow Biafrans, for the past 19 months, we have demonstrated through our civil disobedience our readiness to exit Nigeria this year. We have continued to enjoy the loyalty of the people of Biafra, home and abroad. We are happy for the sacrifice they have made and done so far for the past 19 months, especially during the last fraudulent election. And in each seat at home, they have obeyed and listened to the instruction given to them. We really thank them for understanding the fact that Nigeria must divide and Biafra must go. We ask them to remain very resolute, because more sacrifices will be made for us to achieve our aims and goal. Since our countdown have ended today, we have entered the next stage of the liberation and the release of Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, who is still being illegally detained by the Islamic State of Nigeria, which is exactly what it has become. From today, being the 5th day of March 2023, the Biafra Liberation Army will start engaging every presence of Nigeria state within Biafra territory. Going forward, from today, as we end the countdown to the liberation of Biafra, from today, I am mandating the advisory committee of Biafra to activate with full force all the Biafra government in exile functionalities. The Biafra Advisory Committee have from now till the 20th of March 2023 to set up Biafra liaison offices across the world, especially and specifically in the following countries. The Biafra Advisory Committee, upon activating with full force The full functionality of the Biafra government in exile is to set up liaison office in Gabon between now and the 20th of March 2023. They are to set up liaison office in Mali between now and 20th of March 2023. They are to set up liaison office in Haiti between now and 20th of March 2023. They are to set up liaison office in Ivory Coast between now and 20th of March 2023. They are to set up a liaison office in Tanzania between now and 20th of March 2023. They are to set up a liaison office in Zambia between now and 20th of March 2023. They are to set up a liaison office, Biafra liaison office in Finland between now and 20th of March 2023. They are to set up a Biafra liaison office in France between now and 20th of March 2023. They are to set up a Biafra liaison office in Spain between now and 20th of March 2023. They are to set up a liaison office for Biafra in Portugal between now and 20th of March 2023. They are to set up Biafra liaison office in Norway between now and 20th of March 2023. They are to set up Biafra liaison office in Israel between now and 20th of March 2023. They are to set up Biafra liaison office in Zimbabwe between now and 20th of March 2023. They are to set up Biafra liaison office in South Africa between now and 20th of March 2023. They are to set up Biafra liaison office in Vatican City between now and 20th of March 2023. They are to set up Biafra liaison office in the United States of America between now and 20th of March 2023. They are to set up the Biafra liaison office in the United Kingdom between now and 20th of March 2023. They are to set up Biafra liaison office in Australia between now and 20th of March 2023. More of these countries will be announced as time goes on. And by the 20th of March on or before 20th of March 2023, Biafra liaison office will be fully functional in the countries that have been mentioned. And more directive will be given to those that will be piloting the affairs in those liaison offices on the work they have to do. The autopilot in these countries mentioned must submit their details to the advisory committee for the further directive. More countries will be announced and directive or specific task will be given to each liaison depending on the country of residence. To continue to show our resoluteness to exit Nigeria this year and never to validate Nigeria nor elect anyone to represent us within Nigeria state, considering the fact and the outcome of the just concluded fraud called election, where Biafra people listened to us and they never went out to validate the fraudulent election. Over 20 million Biafrans rejected this election. They did not participate in it because they want Biafra. Because of this, and how those elections in the past was conducted, and those who were elected in the past and presently in their various offices, the way they have killed our people, the way they are being used by the Fulanis to kill and infiltrate us and conquer our land. And they also turn against those who elected them after they have been elected within the Nigeria state. They want to turn our land and our zone into war zone. Today we see in Imo State has become the worst state in the southeast part of Biafra, where the fourth person was declared a winner, and he has been working against the interests of Biafra people. We do not want to validate any election that will bring in another governor to do the same in any part of Biafra land. For this reason, we hereby call for no Nigeria governorship and House of Assembly election in Biafra land. In the last election, it was only in Biafra land that was peaceful because majority were sitting at home, just like the number to you, just like the number that I read to you, 20 million people sit at home, they decided not to participate. So what you saw in Biafra Street was just about 4 million people running and hiding here and there to validate Nigeria. It is more than a pass mark. For this reason, it was the reason why Biafra land recorded a very peaceful election where majority sit at home. This time around, we have received threat. We have received threat from one Nigerianist, especially those in Biafra land. We have received their threat, and I will add this threat for the record. Just for the record, I will add a threat coming from those that are supporting Nigeria in Biafra land. Then after that, we'll continue with my State of the Nation address.
Enugu State ekelemunu biko onye m chọrọ ikwu m chọrọ m na Gavaria and let it be so. This election came on 11th. Anybody man know you can run INEC, every presiding officer, polling booth presiding officer, every presiding officer, I'm talking to you. Your SPO, your word SPO, you password, you upload. More correct. You do the polling booth. I think both to me make you upload. Now I do catch you book. I do catch you book. Mara now. Maradi make you upload. Resign. Megarale. The actual game upload. I actually the network at going. I actually offline uploading. You are going to upload your result from the polling booth. It article for that email upload. It come on the password range got going. My name I get upload. The fee cook again in Manala. As ready mag. This governorship election and House of Assembly. I yet go get quick. Ya katani pa. Makaleme na wuli governor na. Ne wuli ki yastaz. Ma inchor mehela pi. Ori le lumo. Puli but munu bole ke ene jile kusumego. Ige make ke upload no ba mu sokeo. Akole no story because I what am na in e kan do. Ma the tata fofo. Bata voters card. Collect that voters card. They are couldn't line to my vote. Single person because you collected money, not only just your table, change the whole figure. God in heaven is watching. Our born generation is watching. Our ancestors are watching.
Right. This was a threat being issued by those in Biafra land. Some of them were among these 4 million that went out there to validate Nigeria in the last election. Today, they are issuing threat. They are threatening INEC officials who will come in their innocent way to conduct the fraudulent election in Biafra land. They are saying that if any INEC official come and the person claim not to have the password to upload the INEC, the voters' result from the polling unit to the server or whatever, that the person will be a dead person. And they're going to kill the person. So we are just putting it to the world that when people are being killed in Biafra land, then everybody should know that it is coming from the one Nigerianist who will stop at nothing to make sure that they validate Nigeria when the majority of the Biafra people from the last result have rejected the Nigeria. For this reason, in order to safeguard our people from being killed by the Nigeria agent, we hereby declare the 9th of March 2023, sit at home and ghost town. We also declare the 10th March 2023 as lockdown in entire Biafra land and ghost town. In demonstration to continue to reject the Nigeria and not to validate Nigeria, because in the coming days and weeks, we are entering a very different phase of the liberation. From the announcement I've just made so far, it will give you a direction to where we're going. On the 11th day of March, Biafra land will be under lock and key to reject validating Nigeria and to reject electing any governor that is going to represent Biafra people within the Nigeria state that will now bring the military to kill our people. Also, to not validate the fraud that will lead to the killings and maiming and burning of our villages and communities. On the 12th of March 2023, Biafra land will be under lock and key to make sure that we do not validate any Nigeria election within Biafra territory. In addition to this announcement, on the 10th of March, there will be curfew in all federal major roads linking Enugu, Ebonyi, Abia, Imo, and Anambra. The sit at home will be across the Biafra land. Let it be on record that the audio that I just played, which you listened to, is coming from Enugu State. It's coming from Nsukka. And the Enugu State is a place where the worst rigging happened. We saw how Enugu State was on lockdown on the 25th day of February 2023, only for us to see that 400,000 people came out and voted. We do not know how they concocted the vote. We are aware that a lot of results were written in church for the Labour Party. That have resulted to the attack that is happening across Nigeria against Ndibo. On this note, I thank you, Biafra people, for being part of this broadcast today. And remember the history of Bangladesh and Pakistan. It is replicating in Biafra, and our freedom is here. Wait for the next State of the Nation on what is going to happen and how we are going to move forward from here. As our countdown ended today, today will begin the day that every presence of Nigeria state within Biafra territory will be engaged. Thank you. May God bless you. May God bless Biafra. May God bless our friends and neighbors. May God bless our alliances. May God bless all of you, the supporters of this particular liberation of Biafra. And before the end of this year, we are going to be in Biafra and we'll liberate ourselves from Nigeria. Thank you. May God bless you. Goodbye.
Mercy on we Biafra, Lord, give us a freedom. Have mercy on we Biafra, and give us a freedom. Oh Lord, have mercy on we Biafra, and give us a freedom. Fire, we need our leader. Prophet, mercy Nnamdi, Kanu.
Papa, moi esia, papa oh, jolly papa, moi esia, ahe. Jolly papa, moi esia, papa oh, jolly papa, moi esia, ahe. Ipayame mara medawasi ewada wachirami. Ipayame mara medawasi medopa. Tamuno tain tamuno bo obasi zizio temeho meka oh. I say Jalanu do, I say you're at your for. Damn oh, mega oh. Kali papa moesia papa oh. Jolly papa moesia ahe. Papa, moesia, papa, oh. Jolly papa, moesia, ahe.
Of